Yo, welcome in. My dudes. Saffron, Seika, yo, I gotta grab something. Where's this at? Get the right window capture real quick. So, as far as I can see, I can't really seem to find where this is being streamed at, to be perfectly honest. So, as soon as it pops up to where I see the actual stream, I'm gonna pull it up. If anybody sees it live on Twitch or YouTube, let me know. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen it live anywhere yet. So, yeah, you say Tank says Twitch. Yeah, I just haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Not sure what's going on. But Troy, yo, what's going on? Troy, I see you commenting over on my my buddy Carl's videos, man. Appreciate you watching them. Hopefully you like them too. Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing you comment over there. Mewtwo, yo, Blizz Biggie, welcome in everybody. All right, there we go. Got that. I think I'll fire up some music, and I guess I'll just hit a dungeon or something real. Oh, there. Oh no, it's not live yet. Hopefully we get it real soon up somewhere. I have not seen it yet. I'll double check Twitch real quick before see the Diablo channel is not live, so no one else is streaming it, so it's not up yet for whatever reason. So I guess we're gonna go with some tunage and some slayage, huh? Carl is the man. Yeah. Carl with a K. Yeah. Carl with a K. He's just a friend of mine who just makes these drinking videos. So I did one or two with him here and there. So Matty Ice, yo. Been working for 7 hours now. Oof, that's a long time. Gamer will appreciate it. Love you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Very kind of you. Good morning, good afternoon. What's going on, Mikey R? So hopefully this comes pretty soon, but I'm just going to hammer a dungeon here real quick. Another unfortunate thing. Let me go ahead and turn this down. Right there. Another unfortunate thing is that they're leading with the Diablo Immortal stuff. And then they're moving into Diablo 4, the Diablo 4 stuff. So it is what it is though, right? Hopefully we get that real quick. So I'll go hammer a dungeon. G-Sexy, so exhausted. Don't even know what time it is right now. The live stream is supposed to start right at 1 o'clock. So I figured they'd do a run up and then it would count down to 1 o'clock and start. But from what I've been able to see, and anyone correct me if I'm wrong, you can't put links in the chat, but if you see the actual live stream live on YouTube or Twitch, just say, hey, it's live now, and I'll pull it up. You know, they're usually they do like a half-hour countdown before it. And yeah, I don't see anything. And yeah, looking at Twitch right now, Quinn, Rax, all the people are macro. No one's watching it. They're all just playing, waiting for it to start, I guess. So click right here real quick. Yeah, nobody. Not one person. So I'm not alone. Oop, it just started playing Rax's stream. let me go ahead and go back to it. Automatically start. No. All right, I gotta close that. It keeps popping up random people's streams on accident. So when's the dev stream? It's supposed to be right now, Killbane, like literally right now. I'm just gonna hammer one dungeon real quick, just because like I don't have anything to do for a second, waiting for it to start. The very second that it pops up, I mean, I'll probably just leave the dungeon. Who really cares that much? And hop to it. Random bathtub. Yeah, almost got me banned, right? Immortal not dead yet, says Mewtwo. Not yet. Yeah, Saffron says kind of the same thing, right? 11 PDTs an hour from now. I thought, oh, that is 2 o'clock. That is 2 o'clock. I'm an idiot. Well, I'm hammering dungeons for an hour is what I meant to say. I mean, that's a typical Sweet Phil thing to do, right, fellas? That's a typical Sweet Phil thing. My apologies. It's in 1 hour, guys. 1 hour, it starts. So, unfortunately, you guys got to hang out with me for an hour. We're just going to forget. Thanks a lot, chat, for not letting me know that. Stupid West Coast time, yeah. Stupid West Coast. You people. Can you use Google Pay? I don't know about anything with Google Pay. I don't have that like set up or anything. I don't really know what that is. So appreciate the thought though. Appreciate the thought. I'll tell you what, how about you smash the like button like extra hard and we'll call it good, right? Like double hard. Go see like 10 of my other videos and make sure you hit the like button on all those too. We'll call it even. Okay, I'll grab some stuff. Let me see. Okay, starting right there. We'll keep that in mind. East Coast, Least Coast. Yeah, I guess I just got the times mixed up. I thought usually it was always at... It is always at 2, isn't it? It's always at 2 Eastern. Yeah, that was just my fault, but that's alright, fellas. That's alright. We'll slay some demons waiting for him. Let's catch up here. Kiwi 2 content, go for it, Phil. That's where the money's at. No, I think, gosh, I don't want to say it out loud because I'm so terrified. I think on this channel, I know I'm streaming here D4 and this and that. I think I'm going on this channel to be switching back to D2R, like permanently on this channel. And I think I'm going to kind of go... I think I'm gonna kind of do 2 channels, D4 and D2R. I'm gonna do D4 on a separate channel, I think, in the near future, and kind of whichever one's kind of like got something going on, kind of concentrate on that one more. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about streaming yet, but so like if there's a new season of D2R, get videos more there. New D4 season, put videos on that one. So maybe all streams on this channel. That crossed my mind because I don't want to. I really don't want people to like, you know, they got 24 months of membership and then it's like, oh, now I'm streaming on a different channel. You know, like I don't want to do that to people, but like tough sitch. But anyways, a couple people say only stream on the main channel. Yeah. I just don't want to. I also don't want to spam people with D4 streams that are subscribed to this channel for Diablo 2 stuff, right? But you know, I don't know. We got time for that, I guess. I don't know. The main thing is I gotta just like commitment issues on Phil. So campaign was good, says Michael. Yeah, D4 campaign was. I mean, up until I would say the game, playing through the game and everything was cool until like level 80. It started to get kind of it started to get a little bit of a slog. Here I'm at 87. But yeah, after you do like in a day, you know, you do like 10 dungeons and you don't get a single upgraded item, and like there's nothing special to find. Anything you find, you can't use it on other characters either, so it's like ugh. Donald Bump says love the pit video yesterday. Appreciate it. Yeah. There was quite a bit of positive feedback on that. You know, but obviously the people that liked it are all like super stoked, and the people that didn't like it didn't really say a whole lot. But obviously, but yeah. Glad you guys liked it. Yeah, we'll clear the rest of this out. Let's see. And does anyone know for sure? I think I know for sure, but I don't know for sure. So I want to ask, you know, before I look it up or whatever. When for season 1, didn't they said that you don't have to do the campaign again, right? Even for the beginning of a new season. That sounds correct. Correct? You can just go skip campaign and jump right into it. The video performed good. That's what you heard me say. The D2 video. Oh boy, I forgot. I missed this guy back here. Well, it did better than my previous like 5 D4 videos. Yeah. But I do remember you get the Altars of Lilith, but you say You also get the Altars of Lilith, so you're saying, yeah, that you do get to keep, or you can skip the campaign. How did I miss this? I walked right by it, like a dum-dum. Hank says correct. Okay, yeah. Oop. Almost got me. The spammy fire, and usually I don't do the volcano ones. I can't stand it, but I decided I didn't feel like spending 7 years salvaging sigils and then to get a perfect one, you know. Oh man. All right, good. He got taken out nice and quick. Yeah, skip him. I don't think I need him. Travel into the middle here. Spamming 60 nightmare dungeons for Andes and Shaco on your sorceress. Been having fun. Nice, nice. Yeah, hopefully you get one of those, right? They're pretty rare, right? They're uncommon. Kaboom. No Shaco. Okay, let's check this stuff off. Good. Traps, which I don't use. Nothing else. Great. Care a bunch about potion capacity when you already got 10 of them. Ah, close. And no. Rapier. Crit damage over time. No. We'll just go to town and sell this stuff. I need to figure out what some of this stuff I gotta move. Predicted world boss time is 1:43. Gotcha. I missed the one earlier. I hopped on real quick to try to record something for a video I believe I was doing, or just looking, and I was like, oh, world boss in 1 minute. Ah. And I couldn't, I ended up like going into the wrong world tier with a character that I was on, and then I was like, no, like load screens, hurry up, faster, faster, and then it just, you know. Good. Where do I want to throw this stuff at? I guess just over, I gotta decide on this stuff. When I get off today, before I do anything, I gotta decide on that stuff. Am I gonna spend 7 million, or probably like 15 million gold to upgrade it to get 2% better gear, or am I just gonna forget about it, you know? Tier 40 blood blister. I don't know what renegade retreat any good. Probably not. Michael says, yeah, they got a site to show the best place to find every one of them. Yeah. Yeah, it's still, regardless of the site, it's going to be one of those ones like, I wonder what the actual betterness of it, because I don't think those sites even, it's just like, technically these monsters have a better chance of dropping this particular base. I don't think anyone knows the actual, how much more likely it is. Like, is it 2% more likely? Is it 50% more likely? That's like a huge difference, right? Huge difference. Got Black River to drop the other day. Definitely changed my game. Black River. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that one. I pretty much only know the rogue stuff because that's what I've played the most. I know some of the bit more basic ones for some of the other classes, but oh, this guy, what's going on here? Done for 2 minutes. Mike says world bosses don't drop any good items. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I've gotten, like, early on, you know, you're like, oh man, I got like 4 legendaries and I got these legendary powers I really needed. But yeah, at a certain point, it's just like, I mean, I have every aspect you could need for a rogue that and perfect versions of it already, you know, like just sitting in the stash. Like, what am I gonna do with all this stuff? I might as well scrap these perfect legendary aspects, right? Like, boom. Sacred said he stopped doing world bosses. I would still do them. Just there's what is it? You get there's the one resource that you only get from world bosses that you need to what, socket stuff, or is it for the 5th upgrade? I can't remember which one. It's one of those two. It's for either the highest upgrade or the socket. I can't remember. And they're so easy. I mean, I guess I wouldn't like set an alarm or anything like that, but if you're on and you're like, oh, there's a world boss, okay, and you just go, you know, they die. If you have a really rough like team of randos, a world boss takes 2 or 3 minutes. Like, if you're being, you know, if everyone's bad, not that great. If you're on a team of, or if you're just jump in a random game with like 3 level 100 characters, it's almost always sub 10 seconds. Always, right? So it's almost like why even, you know, might as well do it just to get the resource and try to get lucky. Bruce said you haven't seen a world boss yet. The only reason you wouldn't have seen a world boss is if you haven't, you have to beat the campaign, and then you have to like go to the world boss areas and like reveal them, you know, so you can actually see them. Beyond that, they should pop up. There's literally a world boss trackers and things like that that'll tell you exactly when they spawn if you want to do one. Oop, let's go ahead and take this out. Yeah, well, that's just Lilium. Yeah, there's got to be some issue there. Obviously, you kind of worded it in a snarky manner there, which I would prefer you didn't. But yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, there must be something that you're missing or something, because you would have world bosses. They just randomly spawn every 6 hours, so there's got to be something that's an issue going on there. Sarah, welcome in, yo. Long time no see, right? One other thing, the world bosses are good. Many high-level clan members attend, invite people to clans. Oh, like you're getting recruited? Nice. Cold damage on armor thing. I'm not good enough to get recruited, right? So basic skill damage. Nah, what is that? Bow? Vulnerable. Oh, dang it, come on. Just check a few at a time. It doesn't seem as bad when you check a few at a time. Am I liking D4? I like D4. I don't think it's the best game ever made, but I generally like it. It is lacking some stuff though. Like, it feels like a modern game that just came out, you know? It feels like it's 2/3 of a game. So, I mean, Season 1 announcement is today, and we'll see what that is. What all is coming to Season 1. They got one expansion done already, and they got another expansion they're working on already. So I generally like it, like probably like 7 out of 10, we'll call it, I guess. Michael says, yeah, there's not a whole lot to do after you get later in the game. Yeah, pretty much. This thing done yet? Jeez. Some of these events, well, this is a spider one, so it's probably not, you know, all them little spiders give you experience, but sometimes it just seems super long. Man, 2! Look at that. One's sacred, though. I'll check it after I... Oh, you know what I'm supposed to do here? Slay the keeper. Okay, gotta look for the keeper, I see, huh? Stefan says he thinks it's better than the launch version of D2. Could be. That is one thing that I think a lot of people kind of overlook, I guess you could say. Because you think back to the original D2, the cube was, what, 6x6 or something? Or maybe, no, was it 4x6? Or your stash, I mean? There was no rune words, right? There was like half as many uniques. Like rares and magic were just a go-to. The game was super hard, right? I didn't play it till after the expansion came out, so... But yeah, that is not a bad observation, I suppose. Like, or not a completely off-base opinion. I could see that for sure. Case races. So it's like a hamburger with just the bottom bun. Like, it's good, but it's not that great. Yeah, a funny analogy, I suppose. So I never found this guy, right? Oh no, he's gonna be right here or over here. I should pay attention before I get kilted. Mewtwo D2 sucked at the beginning, so to say D2 sucked at the beginning. Hope they go the right way for D4. Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody would hope so. If I had to guess, I think they're gonna go the right way with like half the stuff, in my opinion, anyways, and go the wrong way with the other half. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's my boy. Is his name Aaron? I kind of want to go back and check the tape. I think his name was just Aaron. Better trade system, says Fraser. Yeah, better trade system. I have no reason to for sure have an answer on this, but I would, they've never said anything about doing anything with trading. So if I had to guess, I would put my money on the fact that they're not going to do anything with trading. Hey, where'd he go? Get back here, you schmuck. Oop. Deleted. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a tier 40. I kind of just wasn't even paying attention. Let me check. Let's see. Attack speed, lucky hit, critical strike damage. Oh boy. So it's got no twist. Ooh, man. That's not going to beat it. It's the same, but worse. Boy, those gloves are nasty. If they're just like higher item power, I suppose you get more armor or something, but I can't compare stuff next to each other. So to be honest, I might as well not pick up gloves. This is right there too. Let's see, 797 movement speed after killing elites, shadow step ranks. So I'd rather have dash ranks, because shadow step ranks don't reduce the cooldown, but dash ranks reduce dash's cooldown. So stats, no, that's not quite there. Dang it. Dodge, you gain 10 of your primary resource. I don't really dodge that much. 5 to 10 roll though. Oh man, comments flying in. Appreciate y'all. What do you think they're going to talk about? Ask G-Stacks during the dev live stream regarding season 1. Any predictions? Sorry, I'm missing quite a few comments. They're flying in. I appreciate the enthusiasm, guys. Really doing my best. I am. And I am only on YouTube right now. I'm not streaming on Twitch today, so I don't have that extra distraction. What do I think? I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna announce like whatever the theme is. I'm not sure exactly what it's gonna be though. Geez, I don't know if they're gonna add more uniques and stuff. If I had to guess, I think they're gonna add more uniques and like some kind of event almost similar to Helltide or something. But I'm just strictly guessing here. You know, I'm not sure really at all. Or Degron Barracks, sure. Extra shadow damage. Oh yeah. Take a drink of water real quick. Jack says D4 feels less fun than D3 somehow. Interesting. I'll be honest, I haven't played D3 since the launch, and the launch was an absolute disaster. Just kind of tainted it for me. I actually downloaded it, and I thought about trying it before D4, like trying it again. But then I just never got the time to do it, and yeah. Let's go. Sure, why not 30% max life? That'll help me. End game 2 empty. Yeah, just run dungeons till you get to 100, then do another character. So yeah, I get you for sure. What I would like for them to do, like right off the bat in the first season, or even like, I don't know, as soon as possible, if they would add like 30 more like really good uniques that are really rare. Maybe not as rare as the Shaco and stuff like that, but a little less rare. Like an item that it'd be the equivalent of like if you ran high level nightmare dungeons for like, you know, like 200 hours, you would get one of the items. Something like that. So maybe every season you'd find like a few of them if you played like a ton. If you just played a little bit, you'd have to get real lucky to find one. But that's just like a personal preference for me, being a holy grailer and wanting to like really grind out and find, you know, a lot of people, anyone coming from D3 or anything else, they wouldn't understand, I suppose. But like, yeah, I've never found Tyrell's Might in Diablo 2 yet, and I think that's kind of what a great thing that's really kept me going, like playing it for so long. Always being something to look for, but it's not something you have to have necessarily. Oops. Fred, yo, welcome in, my dude. I do apologize. I know sometimes people get upset if I miss too many comments. I do my best to read as many of them as possible. Obviously, with the hype launch today, there's a few extra people in here, so the max life imbued. Oh, I hate imbued skill. Gets me every time. Couple of ranks. I'd rather have energy cost reduction than. Well, I could re-roll intelligence. I got movement speed dash shadow step. I could try to get energy cost reduction. It'd be crazy. Nah, never mind. I want the dex instead, I guess. Let's see. Is this oh, the glove. Twisted blades. Yeah. Can you grab that? Many resistances and no. What is this ring over here? I do dodge quite a bit, but I don't really have resistance issues. Maybe we'll keep that. Let's go like this. Hold on. Let's go like this. Get rid of you. All right. Case Racer says like a shaft stop. Yeah, kind of stuff similar to that. Shaft stop can really help you out, but yeah, it's not best in slide. Yeah. I guess maybe Maybe something better than like a shaft stop though, but like on the rarity of, I don't know, a high rune or something. And then like some stuff even rarer. Like it's hard to tell with without knowing the exact drop odds and stuff, like for a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of speculation on what the drop odds are for like the Shaco. But if I had to say, probably not as rare as a Shaco, because that's like too much for a lot of people, especially without being able to exactly pinpoint what you need to do to get it precisely, you know. But CJ, appreciate you. Yeah, doing all right today. Makes no sense to have lottery drops for seasons. I mean, sure it does. I mean, winning the lottery is exciting. I mean, I don't know. So if there was some crazy rare item that was like super stupid, insanely rare, you wouldn't want to find it. I don't know. I don't really get that. The only reason it's not good is if people are super upset that they can't have all the best stuff that's possibly best to have, I guess. Like, you have to have all the best stuff every season, which some people are like that, obviously. Like, especially and I'm trying not to word this in a bad way to make it sound condescending, but the people coming from D3 expect to have all perfect gear in a couple of days. So it's pretty jarring to think like, wait, there's a best in slot item that I might not be able to get one season. Ooh boy, like that's, ooh boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people think that's a good thing though, because that means it's super cool when if you do manage to get it somehow. I understand that without trading, that makes it a little more complicated and not as good, in my opinion. I wish there was trading. I wish it was super rare and trading. And also, I wish when the items dropped, like these are all level 87, 87, 87. I wish they didn't drop like that. And then you could also trade them, but that's not the choice they made. Oh, Frankie, what's going on? Yo, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, no, Michael, you get to have it forever. It goes to like the Eternal Realm or whatever. See, it's another thing that obviously, like I'm primarily a single player, like offline player from D2, so I'm gonna have a little bit different perspective than other people as well, who, especially online seasonal players from like D3 and stuff. Yeah. So obviously offline single player D2, you keep everything forever. On here, you play the season, it goes to the Eternal Realm, you have it forever. But obviously the seasons are going to have all this new content that are going to kind of not force you, but force you to play seasons essentially. Yeah, I mean, some of the, and it's, you're not doing anything wrong. Some of the verbiage used to describe this stuff, you got to remember the things that people are saying are opinions. They're opinions. So saying something doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like 2 + 2 = 74 doesn't make sense. Someone's opinion being, yeah, I don't want everybody to find the Shaco in the first week of every season. That's an opinion that is fine, you know? I don't want to find the rarest item in the game every month or every week, you know? You imagine people just having like 9 Shacos in their inventory, they're just like throwing them out because they don't want them. Hoard all skills, I don't want that anymore, you know? Which is what it ended up being, right? Fraser says no free giveaway content. Yeah, right? You can't help out the new players, or maybe someone coming to the season late or something. Yeah, totally. Or if someone just needs like, yo, dude, here's like a, you know, here's a low level, you know, here's an ancestral, but it's like not the greatest, but here's the old stuff I use. Go ahead and take it. Sure. I don't, you know, what am I gonna sell it for like 100,000 gold? Who cares? Come on. I don't know if when this one gets going, it's not bad, but before it doesn't make it convenient at all to try new classes. I mean, it's not too bad to try new classes, I think, Daniel W, but you can get rushed pretty easy. It isn't the easiest to get rushed, I suppose, if you can't find people. It's obviously going to be easy for me, but yeah, I guess I kind of get, because you can't just get rushed straight to 50 and boom, you're running dungeons instantly, like doing some of the stuff to level up at that point. You can get carried past that even. I wasn't paying attention at all. I don't know if they killed that person or not. Or I don't even know what type of event this is. I wasn't even looking. Where's the botchling? Are you talking about the kiddo? She's upstairs just watching TV. A lot of laughing going on. Wolvie says that all the Nightmare dungeons above like 30, 35 something all drop the same stuff. Only reason to run them is for experience. Yeah, that is kind of an issue, I suppose, right? Well, when you get to World Tier 5, it'll be different. Yeah. Forgot I wasn't even gonna grab gloves. I keep forgetting. Yeah, one of mine. Obviously, everyone's got a different opinion. My biggest issue is just like you have to like literally pick up and look at every item to tell if it's something you think you might want to pick up. It is kind of nice, and because there's really not that many uniques in the game, and you know, not many of them are very good. So it's like, and you need the gold, so you kind of. At some point you'll just stop, but you kind of need to pick stuff up and sell it to get the gold. Just picking up every single thing and looking to see what stats are going to be on it. The idea, what makes uniques and rune words being good is because when you either make the rune word or find the unique, you see the unique drop and you're like, oh! It's Shaco! Like, you know it's Harlequin's Crest. You know it's going to be good, so you know to pick that up and grab it, right? Yeah, it eliminates, like, variety in the items, I suppose. But, that's how you know what to pick up and not to pick up every single piece of garbage laying around, right? That's why maybe a loot filter would be nice, huh? Loot filter? Let me just hop to town real quick and sell this stuff and hop back in here. Bruce says buzz of finding a burr. No buzz on D4, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like burr rune too. It's not just a burr. It's Vex, Ohm, Lo, Stir, Burr, Ja, Cham, Zod, like, that's the thing, and yeah, there weren't runes right at the beginning of D2 either, so, like, oh boy, good job. But yeah, I definitely think that adding that stuff, or adding more things to find, like, you don't even need to make things more common, just make more things that have the same drop odds, so you will find, there's a better chance to find one of them, because there's so many more of them, right? Black unique suck. Your level 100 Sork can only use a Shaco. They need more uniques. Like, that's the only thing you're looking for. They're the only thing you need that's left in the game. Yeah, that is a little bit of an issue. I'm sure I'm guessing. I kind of think that there's going to be more uniques in Season 1 here, but we'll have to see. G Stacks up in the game chat just said world boss in 8 minutes. So if anyone's looking to take out a world boss, there's one in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I think maybe I'll go do that on my Druid right after this and hopefully get super stupid lucky. And I think the world boss, they can drop uniques and stuff, right? So maybe I'll get that Tempest Roar, huh? Haven't really been playing the Druid a lot. I've been mega tempted to switch that over. I was trying Shred, but apparently Shred you need like God tier gear to get Shred to work. I thought it'd work a little bit better than it is with regular, not crazy gear. But, oh well. Bruce says D4 needs trade, like runes and stuff, and yeah, trade would help out a ton, to be perfectly honest. But they just kind of they essentially gave up on trying to stop botters and like RTM, like real money transaction sites. So they just made it so nobody can transfer items from one character to another, which I don't believe is the proper way to handle that. I think you just try to do your best with the illegal stuff or the stuff against TOS, and you know, you hope for the best, right? So we got one more blood boil somewhere. Oh, there she is. Fist of Fate. Another one. Should have been a Shaco. So yeah, I'll just finish this up. I think I'll go grab my... Good thing I killed him, huh? I think I'll go grab my Druid and see if I get just like crazy lucky, right? Crazy. I should have one of these bubbles up all game. This is way easier. Way easier. Bind on equip versus bind on pickup. Yeah, but that doesn't do what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to eliminate. Oh no, that's worse. They wanted to eliminate the botting and stuff, so they can't. So no one can transfer it though. The dex is huge. Usually you want your armor to have survivability stuff, which it has extra armor, but and I was thinking about getting rid of this razor plate pretty soon, but it's crazy how much that 12k, like you get hit so much, so it's like hundreds of thousands of damage a second because you're getting hit by so many monsters when you're dashing through and stuff. I literally took a piece of armor like this kind of, and I upgraded and spent all this stuff, and I threw it on. I was like, I don't like that. I would rather have the razor plate on. But maybe I'll try it this time. 210. So it's like the lowest, a low roll. I know I got a better roll than that. Have to have a lower roll or a better roll. I've got like 3 of those already. People actually playing Diablo Immortal still? Some people, yeah. See, I know, controversial take. I didn't think Diablo Immortal was really that bad, but it did get annoying every literally minute. Actually, I want to keep that aspect. Hold on. I didn't notice that was a perfect roll on that one. Oh, wait, never mind. That's the one I'm wearing. What a dumb. Like, the gameplay was fine. And, like, you know, it was kind of good. But, yeah, just every couple of minutes. Bam, 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 bam. You know, like, pay for this. Look at this pay thing. Blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, it wasn't perfect by any means. You could tell. I played it on PC. You can tell it was, like, a mega quick port over to PC, like, last minute. It still had the verbiage and stuff like it was from the cell phone screen, you know, like tap here and stuff. And you're like, tap here? What do you mean? Like, it's not working. Look at that guy. Ooh. Move the camera a little bit. You better look. Ooh. Not a bad idea, Raul. Or Raul, I mean. Scale the dungeons so you get like a little bit more magic find as you go up. True. Bots selling accounts instead of items, says Mewtwo. You hit an AB, right? Let's see, where's this one at? Over here. Got 3 minutes. I guess I'll go. Am I on World Tier 4? So I'm gonna get carried here, but it'll be all right, fellas? I gotta try to get lucky. I'll throw in a few hits. Sweet belly tats, yeah. When I loaded this guy up, I was like, let's go. So we've got this. We're gonna do this world boss. We're gonna do this world boss. So there's 20 minutes till the stream starts for that thing. So I'll rip the music off and we'll go into it. See if anyone's got an open spot, huh? Haven't found an MF sigil in forever. You know what, Fred? That's very true. I haven't seen an MF sigil since the last patch came out. Now that you mention it, I have not seen one. I think they might have removed it. Like, I don't know if maybe it wasn't working correctly or something. I'm not even sure, but yeah, now that I was gonna say something about that too, yeah, but I never heard an official thing about it, but yeah, somebody where they come Case Races said they removed them. That's weird. I never officially heard nothing about that. They bumped overall drop rates and got rid of the MF sigil. I mean, they should keep the MF sigil. Wasn't an official announcement or nothing, but that's what happened. Gotcha. Yeah, Michael says that the certain dungeons have certain drops. Yeah, I do know that they announced that a long time ago, and then they actually reiterated it in another live stream. But as far as I'm aware, I don't believe anyone's sure what the actual rate change is. Like, is it like I was talking about this earlier? Is it a 5% better chance of dropping helmets from, you know, cultists and whatever the people are? Is it 75% better chance? Like, I never really paid attention. Is it a 25? You know, like the percent change could be crazy. You know, like I'm not sure. Gems to craft sigils, better sigils. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like gems are just what they are. Like, just like you throw them in where you need them. At some point, like in D2, you end up not using every single gem, right? You just leave stuff on the ground. So I don't think necessarily having a quest to find a super crazy good purpose for every single item is necessarily necessary, but oh, guy's spinning a lot. It is kind of neat how, like, see, he's a werewolf, I'm a werewolf, so, but my guy has red hair. I got red. Or is that from, yeah, I got red hair, so the first red, he must be black. Black hair. Uh-oh. Here we go. Look, I'm doing all the damage, fellas. Oh, got the wrong button. Look at that. 3,000, 15,000. You see that one? 4,000, 1,000. Look at that. I'm doing all the damage here. Whoa. Direct hit. Rough go right there for me. That was poor dodge. I keep... Oh, boy. I just instantly spawned and got poisoned. I keep forgetting that I'm not the rogue, so I'm hitting, like, the dash button and stuff. I gotta get in the right spot. I gotta try more. That's pretty much what it is. I gotta try harder. Oh, that's gonna kill me. I gotta remember I don't have the same positioning skills that I had on the road, so it's I gotta get there quick. Boy, having shadow step and dash, so crazy. That was all me, fellas. That was all me. Oh, there's a unique. That's what we're talking about. That's probably those pants, those penitent pants or whatever, with the oh, storm. Okay, I don't know this one. Your wolf companions are infused with the power of the storm, dealing lightning damage and gaining the Storm Howl ability. Interesting, okay. I guess if you're rocking, yeah, Temerity was what I was thinking, but yeah. Okay, so it's this Druid one that I've actually never heard of or seen before, to be honest, so wolf lightning build. Yeah, for companions. So I heard these caches are based upon when you open them, right? So I'd seen people getting to level 100 before they would open like 200, or they'd open like 25 of these at once. That's kind of sounds like the play, huh? What's all this stuff down here? Oh, on my druid, I don't remember. They're locked up. I need a couple more levels over here to even use this stuff, huh? But oh, nice. It's got Grizzly Rage on it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that, huh? Wow, critical strikes with werewolf skills, willpower. I might re-roll one of those and then use that for a while, because I think that's the same aspect I got on this one. Exactly the same. It's way better. So I'll only get a couple levels and I'll be able to use that, so that's nasty. And I guess I'll hang on to that, but the intelligence is not the main stat. That's willpower. Forget. Let's get rid of that. I guess we'll keep those. And I gotta kind of go through some of this stuff. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to switch to a one-handed and a totem to get cooldown reduction, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Best in an amulet. Yeah, amulet's where I'll go eventually here. I just didn't want to pull this off here because I wanted to keep the aspect, and I didn't want to put it on like a sacred item. I wanted to at least put it on an ancestral amulet when I got there. But now I have a second one. But it is nice having 100% spirit cost reduction. Even though I know when you put on an amulet, it's 75. But in the amulet spot, and I want to go one-handed and a totem, so you can get, like this has a 5% cooldown reduction, it's just sacred, and another 4, so it adds up to about 10. But if it's ancestral, you can get like 20 or 30% cooldown reduction on it, along with a good one-handed, which I don't know that I have a good one-handed thing now, but like more helmet cooldown reduction. Really getting cooldown reduction everywhere would be sick. That's just sacred though, but I almost want to, at some point I got to put some of these upgrades, even though if they're just sacred. I've been really you know, notice I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I was just doing both, just trying to catch both audiences. Some people like Twitch more, also the Twitch drops that they had over the first month or whatever, you know, because some people wanted to watch on Twitch. Sometimes people will literally be on YouTube, they'll be like, hey, can I give you my Twitch Prime sub? And I'll be like, I guess, yeah, I'm sure. And so I guess I'll stream over there. So today I'm actually only streaming on YouTube, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep streaming on both, to be honest. I'm going to pull up the live stream right now for the season 1 announcement here. So we got a little bit to go, but let me go ahead and fire this up and we'll take a look, and I'll get this rocking here. All right, let me make sure I got the scene set up correctly. Looks good. Oh my gosh, I look great. This looks amazing. Transition it. Boom. That's where we're at right now. We're at Noam. Yo, welcome in, Noam. What's going on, my dude? Welcome in. Oh, Cody be up here for his world boss. He said he's got 3 hundos and a 97 in his world boss fight, so that must have went great for you, huh? CJ up here a minute ago, trying to catch up on some people's here, some channel members specifically too, but there's nothing interesting about crafting sigils, which is a shame. The system could have been cool. Yeah, it's kind of just like craft. Oh, garbage, 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 craft, garbage, garbage, garbage. So, yeah, I get you for sure. Don't forget, fellas, slap that like button for me if you can, if you're able to. Isn't the first 20 minutes just Diablo Immortal? The first bit is Bastonia. Yeah, it is. But so just a few more minutes here. We'll get into this. Yeah. End game unfinished. That's pretty accurate, Michael. Yeah, the end game I think we're gonna find out what the end game's gonna be probably today, I would guess. Maybe probably. What do I think about the end game? Yeah, the end game, not really a whole lot going on, right? There's a lot to be desired with everything after like level 70, I would say, probably. So Bastonia just wants a World Tier 5. More stash space, more events similar to Strongholds. Yeah, I guess the thing that's closest to Strongholds is what, like the Legion events, kind of, sorta. That's kind of what the Strongholds are after that. But Cow level would be sick, right? Right, Michael? Evening lads, OPF in Norfolk, yo. Yeah, kind of excited. I mean, this could go so many ways. This could go from like everyone crazy, ecstatic, excited to like, what? That's it? You know, like it could go a lot of places. So Sacred Stun says end game's going to be the Cow level, which is going to be harder than Lilith. Nice. Chicken level? Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. Yeah, well, someone mentioned that the D2 endgame compared to D4. Yeah, D2 just trading actually adds a ton to D2. Like, and the thing with D2 is there's so many items. So many good items, and they're not like just a random rare item that you have to pick up 1,000 trillion. That's the good thing about D2. When you're playing, you're clicking buttons, slaying monsters, boom, 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 boom. The very second something touches the ground, oh my god! It's a Buru, baby! Like, let's go! You know, in this game, it's like, there's an ancestral rare, pick it up. There's an ancestral rare, pick it up. Let me look through 22% vulnerable damage instead of 21.4% vulnerable damage. So that's a little better. Damage, energy cost reduction, 7.2% instead of 6.8%. I guess that's enough. Like, that's not exciting. You know, there's nothing exciting about the stuff that drops. There are uniques, but it's like, you know, even the uniques, they just say pants. And it's like, is that Temerity? Is that this other one? You know, it's just pants. Is it exciting or is it not exciting? Hard to say. Sean says, ultra rarity items from D2 supported because you could trade them. For online, I guess that's true. Like, personally, like I say, I play single player offline, so solely I only played by myself for single player offline for a lot of times. I'd hit the ladder resets for D2, but I was primarily offline, so no trading. And the ultra rarity of playing by yourself is what kind of kept me playing, to be honest. Like, that's my favorite thing in D2 is single player grinding, holy grail, magic finding, because even then it's like, even if it's something you don't need, it's like, oh my gosh, like, that's a Death's Fathom, like, holy crap, like, I don't need it, I have a couple of them already, but that's super rare, and I just, like, holy smokes, I got an Astrian. It's like, what? But it's just like, you knowing these items are so rare and finding them is exciting. Casey said, hoping for new item level 80 plus capstone challenges at like higher capstones or something. Yeah, I would say the only way there'll be another capstone is when World Tier 5 comes in eventually, right? Imagine they're going to announce rune words. Yeah, the only thing with rune words in D4, because items can only have a max of 2 sockets, so every rune word is just going to be 2, right? Like every single one, so I don't know if that's really bad or not, you know, but CJR said he likes D4. Don't get him wrong. No plans to play D2 for quite a while. Yeah, D4 definitely. I don't think it's bad, but yeah, there are a lot of issues. I don't know. I guess I was expecting a little bit less issues, but is what it is. X Factor is definitely more stash tabs. Yeah, I don't think there'd be a single person in the community that would be upset at all if they added more stash tabs, right? Michael says 6.5 right now for him. Yeah, I said 7. 6.5 was in my head at first, and then I said 7. So I'm pretty much even with you there too. Yeah. So I think. Any predictions for the stream? Huh? They're gonna announce stuff about season 1. I'm gonna say season 1 start date, season 1 theme. But as for that, I'm not really sure. I bet you there'll be. Geez, I don't know. It's so hard to say. So hard to say. So we got 3 minutes. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run, and actually, it's really freezing cold in my basement all the time. I'm gonna grab some pants actually, and I'm just gonna be right back before the stream starts, just because I don't want to miss any of that. So the countdown just went away. Maybe I'll just wait here. Maybe I won't do that. That's suspicious. The countdown just went away. I'll tell you what. Just 30 seconds. I'm gonna run and grab that. Be right back. Back already. With the pajama pants on, let's go. Bill doesn't wear pants during stream, just said it. Yeah. Joys of working from home, right? Anyone else cry when Lilith died? I didn't go that far. I was unexpected though. I don't know why. I thought, oh no, not Lilith died. Never mind. I was thinking the cutscene when, well, no spoilers. Everyone plug your ears if you don't want any spoilers. But when Lilith and Inarius had that battle, I guess they'll say. Bastonia says he's glad that the whole community wasn't around during D2's release. They never would have made it to LOD. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could see that, yeah. Connolly says, dopest scene of all time. Yeah, it was pretty solid cutscene. Pretty solid. For sure. Yeah, Sean, about the drop rates for Shaco. The only thing is, I'm pretty positive anyways. When people say this, oh, it would take like 7 lifetimes to find it. What they're doing is they took like, this is my understanding anyways. Anyone that disagrees, you can feel free to say it. They averaged out what they thought in their mind was the number of hours that people had been playing like tier 40 dungeons and higher. And they just like picked a number in their head, and then they like did the math from the numbers that they made up in that they thought it was. And I'm not sure, but that's what I understand. As far as I'm aware, there's no official.
That's how you open? Hello.
There's no official drop rate. That is not.
Hello.
Welcome to
Let me know about the volume, by the way. If it's all right, just someone let me know.
Livestream. My name is Adam Fletcher. I am the community director for the Diablo franchise. We've got some wonderful people here. We just have Rod.
He's real quiet.
Yeah, well, I'm not part of the wonderful crew. I get
Yeah.
He Adam Fletcher's always a little bit quieter than everybody else.
So.
What is the power? If you have power, you should use it whenever possible, and I've decided to. So
We have Rod here, who is, of course, the general manager of the Diablo
universe.
Universe?
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way
All
to say
things Diablo.
Can't use the word franchise.
Pierre's not here now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And of course, we have Chris Leal
Lead UX designer on Immortal.
and Ryan Quinn.
Hi, I'm senior narrative designer on Immortal.
So we are actually starting off today's show with some Diablo Immortal conversations. Also, I do want to mention we're using new fancy mics today. We've been
a little
joking
smaller.
around, and I call them the Britney Spears mic.
Right.
Rod calls them the Janet Jackson mic.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Jackson. There
It's
you go.
because I'm older.
Rod, but is not wearing one
I
of them.
It doesn't take a genius to see the size of my head, and the ability to put that little wire around this size of noggin is impossible. So therefore, I've passed.
Disappointing. But he does have a really good impression of Britney Spears.
I am not doing it now. I am not doing it.
Okay, maybe we can get it out of him.
I'll knot my shirt later. It'll be good.
Maybe we can get it out of him during Q&A. Someone asked that question in Twitch chat. We'll make sure to bring that up during Q&A. And
Great.
there you go. You're just on the spot and you have to answer it. So
I think it's important that, like, last time you clarified what we were doing was the campfire, which is more of a casual, we're just kind of giving updates. You know, we just want to be able to talk to the community.
Yes.
This is more of a developer stream, so it's a bit more official.
That means
Yes.
big
But
news.
one of the things we wanted to recognize too is
Big
that,
news.
like, as a family of games, there's lots of cool stuff happening within in Diablo, and so we don't always want to just be focused on just D4. We want, anytime there's something big or really interesting happening within Diablo, we want to be able to talk about it. You know, I could imagine we're going to have a season 29 conversation for Diablo 3 at some point in the future. And so one of the things we're going to look at, to do today was not just talk about, you know, we are definitely going to talk about season 1 on Diablo 4. And for some reason, Adam has structured this to be as tantric as possible. We'll get there, trust us, but it's going to take a minute. So, but what we really want to look at as well is we want to talk about a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what's the preseason before we go into season 1. We're going to talk about, you know, what's going on with D4 today, because we actually have some news about today. Another tease, didn't mean that.
Got to take
And,
notes too.
Tantric.
And then we want to talk a little bit about Diablo Immortal, because something pretty incredible is happening in Diablo Immortal, which is in nearly a decade, we're having our first new Diablo character class is being revealed. And we wanted to reveal it here on this stream.
Diablo Immortal
So,
character
you know,
reveal.
one of the great things about Blizzard is the SFD team, Story and Franchise, and Blizzard Video, and everything that they do around cinematics. And we thought, how could we introduce...
Yep, both of you two, just go ahead and knock off talking trash about each other in the chat, please. That'd be great.
Without further ado, may we present to you the new Diablo character class coming to Diablo Immortal very, very soon.
Yeah, G-Stacks, just ban whoever you want to ban, by the way, whoever keeps talking trash to each other.
The darkness has always been with us. And humanity is right to fear it.
Cool looking cutscene anyways. Even though it's immortal, right?
The darkness wants to consume you and all you love.
That looks painful. Looks unpleasant.
Mankind claim its power and wield it in defiance. Humanity is right.
That dark
Fear
paladin
the
or whatever?
darkness. But I am a blood knight, and the darkness fears me.
There you go. Blood Knight. I mean, the one thing I'll say is it is pretty impressive for a cell phone game. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Diablo Immortal, including I don't really like it that much myself.
There we have it. The new class coming to Diablo and Diablo Immortal. It's the Blood Night.
July 13th. That's
July
like
13th.
a little over a week away.
Exactly.
Sounds like there might have been some encoding issues.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that some people are talking about there's a little bit of hitching on it and so forth. I will say that we actually do have that trailer that will be on a blog on DiabloImmortal.com immediately after the stream, so people can actually check it out. It'll be on YouTube along with all the details that we're about to talk about. We just like to get ahead of ourselves. That's
Sure.
all. But obviously, first new class to the Diablo universe in nearly 10 years. I think there's a lot of questions in regards to like the story and so forth behind the Blood Knight. Ryan, give us a little bit of background regarding the Blood Knight itself.
Yeah, sure. So I think historically, when we released DI, we released it with these sort of 6 very, very familiar, very stalwart classes that all of us love, that many of us have been playing for decades. And it's great to kind of indulge in that nostalgia. It's great to get that dopamine hit of playing a classic. But after 6 classes, it left us with the opportunity to do something that felt really new and different. To do a supernatural class that's kind of monstrous, that does things that our other dark classes like the Necromancer and the Demon Hunter talked about, the opportunity to release the Blood Knight on everybody.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I know, like, obviously everyone's kind of seeing the Blood Knight and they're thinking, like, is this, like, vampiric in some sort of way? Or, like, how does this fit in with the actual lore within Diablo?
Right, so the fine details are Blood Knights and vampires are intertwined. On Sanctuary, vampires are kind of like living plagues. They go from hunting ground to hunting ground, they kill people, they bite people, and sometimes people who they've bitten, they suffer this monstrous transformation. They start to devolve into what we call thralls, kind of like lesser vampiric beings, long teeth, hunger for blood, all that stuff. And a Blood Knight is a person who, through means of an ancient ritual, has that curse of thraldom arrested inside them, frozen essentially in place.
It's interesting. I've never been a huge lore guy personally, but yeah, interesting.
Drawbacks too.
What do you mean the curse of turning into a thrall is a drawback? In a way?
Well, their thraldom is essentially on pause. So basically what happens
I don't think
is
that's Asmund
a Blood
Mac.
Knight, also preternaturally strong and fast, can see in the dark, can smell blood from a mile away, doesn't age anymore, as you've seen in the concept art, very, very fancy. But on the flip side, you know, they have these blood red eyes, they have black veins in their face,
Right.
makes people uncomfortable. And
don't see
maybe,
why.
yeah, I know, right? And sort of more pivotally than that, you know, deep inside their soul, there is an abomination, a monstrous
cool.
darkness that hungers for violence. And in order to tamp that down, in order to slow their transformation further, they have to perform a ritual. That keepsake. that
Yeah, I
you
mean,
saw
see,
in
I
our
see a lot of people.
characters right
Obviously,
now,
there's definitely the pay to win. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit, but
their lifeline.
smell money. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think this? Did they say if this was pay not? I don't think they said anywhere if it was pay for or not, or if this was free, just coming as an expansion into the game. They'll have to see. I did play Immortal for like a week, and actually I stopped playing it on the channel, but I actually played it off stream and off the channel for like another week, just dabbling here and there. So it was an alright game, but yeah, the monetization, say a bit much is an understatement.
For basically every Blood Knight, you know, it may fail at some point. All Blood Knights are doomed to one day succumb to their curse.
And they don't know if that's 1 day, 1 year, 1,000 years.
Could
They
be
don't know.
centuries,
Right, yeah.
right? They're very, very long-lived. What they do know and what they pledge on is that they're going to use all of the time they have left to push back the darkness.
Hopefully this Immortal part's like 10 or 20 minutes max. Hopefully, well, it's already been 10 minutes, I guess. 15 minutes. Hopefully they dive right into the D4 stuff, huh?
Enough good to make up for the evil that will rise when I'm gone.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out because we had the art up there earlier, and that art is gorgeous looking. At the same time, they're very pretty. I've been joking about it. I'm like, oh, look, they're so pretty.
Well, if you were going to turn into a monster, you'd want to stop.
Well, it's
there,
funny
right?
because they're very gorgeous here, and then they turn into the abomination, which is really funny to see. So it's like a complete like opposite
Well,
of what it is.
I mean, you mentioned the abomination. I think we saw the Blood Knight turn into this creature during that. So what actually is going on here? Like this is I guess Chris will talk eventually about like how an abomination comes to me, but this is basically them tapping into what's.
Yeah, they definitely said only cosmetics for D4 for sure. I've seen a couple of comments, half joking and some not joking, but yeah, only paid cosmetics for D4, which they did stick to completely. And it's really out of the way too. They don't push it in your face either, which is cool for D4. Like it's there, but it's not like, if you're gonna have it, that's the way to do it. But yeah.
How does it fit, Chris, into the like a gameplay style? Like, what if you're playing at Blood Knight? What can you expect the style to be as a person that's actually jumping into Diablo?
Yeah, so the Blood Knight is actually a melee hybrid class, meaning there's tons of up-close combat with polearms. However, they have a host of shadow and blood abilities they can use to manipulate the battlefield in their favor. I think the drawback of Blood Knights might be that players that start playing it might feel that their mobility is limited. However, they have tons of legendary essences to help them improve the ability to close the gap on enemies, as well as life-stealing abilities to help them sustain themselves in lengthy combat sequences.
Jay, I do indeed
So, like,
have a phone.
in combat more often, close combat, so they're essentially taking more damage, but then they have abilities themselves to actually essentially drain, as we can see, kind of like life from others, essentially replenish their life while they're in combat.
I mean, that skill looks pretty cool.
The kebab attack, as I like to call it.
The skewer.
The skewer attack is my favorite thing right now. I was like, so what's happening there? We saw it in the trailer. We see it here as well, is where they're basically able to stab an enemy, smash it around like as if on the end of a hammer. So that's, you're like, Chris is like, yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah,
You've defined it.
It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
But it actually has a stun as well, right? It's not just the attack on the one thing that you skewered. It actually it has an area effect.
Almost got a whirlwind
Yeah,
on it
so
too there.
the
Huh?
Blood Knight stabs their polearm forward into the closest enemy, then swings overhead the enemy and slams it into the ground, stunning everyone in a small
They're just doing Diablo Immortal for now. Anyone who also jumped in here, and I'm hoping just a couple of minutes they're gonna get into the D4 stuff. Hoping, but they did put Immortal first because obviously they want people to see Immortal, hopefully play it.
I know, like, of course, with every class,
But they know D4 is really the draw, so they're putting that at the end. Pretty standard type of thing right there, right?
Expect with the Blood Knight.
Yeah, I could talk a bit about the primary attacks. The first is Ravage. They're basically swinging their polearm around in a 3-hit combo. And right here is the ultimate, where they become a 5-hit combo with a stun at the end. And
Dual wielding polearms, that's I like.
And the other primary attack they have is called Shadow's Edge. It's quite a unique one. It's the first in Immortal where the in melee range, the Blood Knight
Yeah, to be honest, Matt, like I said, I had fun with Diablo Immortal. Like if you're on an airplane or something, I mean, you have to have internet to play it, which is disappointing. But so if you pay for the Wi-Fi on an airplane, you're flying to like 6-hour, 10-hour flight to Hawaii or something. I mean, it's kind of fun to play. Like just the monetization is shoved in your face quite often. So it is a free game that tries to get you to spend money in it all the time. So.
You mentioned piercing and so forth.
It's kind of fun
and everything. You can essentially clear out whole rooms with that. So it's awesome to hear. I know, as you mentioned beforehand,
better than D4.
Tons of legendary essences and everything that are associated to kind of modify skills. I know, and we're even seeing here. This is like the abomination that we were talking about beforehand.
Why would I want to become the abomination? What do I get from that?
Yeah, so I'll talk about the abomination a bit. The way it works is it is a transformative skill that requires defeating enemies to fill the.
Yeah, it kind of seems the way they're talking about this. It seems like this is gonna be some minutes. I'm gonna be honest. Like this seems like it's gonna be like a half hour.
A new primary attack, followed by 2.
Yeah, Daniel, I agree.
Skills, a blood rush where
The monetization D4 is just completely out of the way. You wouldn't even know it was there.
Ball of blood. And then there's a 3-hit combo attack where if on the last hit they fly into the air and slam the ground, stunning everyone. A lot of stuns.
Nice.
Nice. That's awesome to see. I think the with this update that's coming out on the 13th and the Blood Knight itself, and there are like even other components and that are kind of going to be coming with this actual update. Do you guys have any like additional information on?
Well, there's ways to play it, right? Like,
Yeah.
so the things that's really interesting. Like, I think having a new character class introduced on basically the anniversary of Diablo Immortal is really exciting. Like, it's a great way to celebrate 1 year that Immortal has been at. It's hard to believe it's already been a year. It's crazy. But so having a new character, but I've been like a whirlwind barbarian for a year now, and loving that. And so now I'm going to obviously. Well, one of the great things about Immortal is that you can class change. So I can take my Paragon 500 Barbarian. I know that's not high. Thank you very much. I can take my Paragon 500 Barbarian and turn it into a Blood Knight. Yes. Like, 'cause there's basically three ways. We have the player who's been playing for a year, like myself. We have the new player, and we have the test driver. Right, is the way to think about that. So maybe you can go through that.
Yeah, totally. So if you're brand new to Immortal and have never played before, you can play the Blood Knight right out of the gate, create a new character completely free, and start with the main story complete with custom Blood Knight VO lines for all of the main quests. And for players like Rod, who have been playing for a while and want to convert to this class, I'm happy to say that we've made some major improvements to class change. Strength and intelligence will now convert properly.
I know, it's a huge request that a lot of people are asking for, yes.
Yes, it's going to be great. And also...
yeah, I kind of agree there. Yeah, Sean says D4's got great cosmetics outside the store. Yeah, I see some people kind of, going back and forth about not being able to get cosmetics and getting cosmetics. I kind of agree that you can't really get great cosmetics in Diablo 4. It's just, yeah, right, you don't have them right off the bat. And I guess you could just jump in and drop a ton of money and get one right off the bat, but that's what someone wants to do. But if not, the regular cosmetics at D4 are great, I think. Being able to change the colors and mix and match stuff.
Maybe you don't know what Fractured Plane. So maybe just, what's the 5-second version of what is Fractured Plane?
So Fractured Plane is basically a roguelite inside of Immortal where you're able to try out all of the skills and abilities and
Indirect
build
effect.
towards 15
Nice.
levels of defeating enemies just to try out different skills.
You basically start with a fresh class, and so you're taking your character. Like I have a very specific build with very specific.
No, Mister, that's not the same guy.
Says, oh, you're a barbarian. Here's some random skills. See how far you can get with this, and you build up your gear and stuff as you're playing through this roguelike experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so now for the Blood Knight introduction, you've created Crimson Plains, which is a version of the same experience to go and test drive all the different Blood Knight skills.
Exactly. So you'll be able to try out different skills and legendary essences without actually committing to changing to the class. So just try it out, see if you like it, and if you do, there's always class changes.
I got you, Lilium.
Nice.
Yeah, I got you.
Nice, that's awesome to hear. So we have, and we have other things like I mentioned that are coming in this actual update. I know that for any new player that's coming in, of course, they can create a Blood Knight, how we mentioned beforehand, customize it, and it's completely free. And then, of course, any existing character can do class changes if they want, or they can create a new character if they would like to do it that way as well. But I know we have like a new legendary gem that's going to be coming in this actual update as well. And then we even have just other like items associated with this specific patch that'll be hitting as well.
Full set of legendaries for the Blood Knight too.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be
Not yet, Robert. Yeah, but yeah, apparently you can change the hair. Someone asked earlier, white only. It's not white hair only, but I mean, considering a cell phone game, right? A pay-to-win cell phone game. It looks great. Right? It looks great.
Hitting on the 13th of July, so soon. It's crazy. So we do. We're super stoked. The cinematic is amazing, by the way. I just want to like.
Why are
highlight.
you, for people who didn't get to see it in full frame rate, you're basically rubbing their noses in it now.
Essentially, I'm yeah, like
Go watch it again, please.
See it in the Blizzard Cinematics team. Amazing team. That cinematic is great. Nothing like seeing blood splattered all over some stained glass. It's Diablo, so it makes perfect sense. It's great. But we are super stoked. So yeah, July 13th is when it's going to be coming out. And then, of course, again, check DiabloImmortal.com immediately after the stream. We'll have a blog up there for people to check out all the details.
Congratulations, guys, on the year. It's been an amazing year for Immortal. And I think people who maybe you tried it at launch and haven't gone back to take a look at it, like basically every quarter we do major updates and really
Right,
change the
CJ?
game.
Yeah, yeah.
So the ability to craft set items, the ability to take your duplicate legendaries and turn that into a currency so that you can make your current legend, stronger, and the way that you do dungeons now, like and the tower, the clan play, like there's just so
Another
much.
good call, G-Stacks. You say Devil May Cry. Yeah, there you go.
Go check it out just to see all
Very-
the changes. Like I said,
Very much like that too, right?
here it's
Yeah, Mike says on to the important stuff.
different game.
Yeah, kind of. I think we all kind of hope the D4 stuff comes pretty soon here. Yeah?
The content, which is exciting. But hearing the fact that you fully
Welcome in, Bubbles,
recorded
too,
all
as
VO
well.
for the Blood Knight for the campaign, I think it'll be exciting to go back and start over.
Yeah, it's about 2,000 lines in total. We've got a pair of really, really awesome voice actors, Abby Trott and Ben Prendergast. Absolutely killed it as the Blood Knight. It's just pure haughtiness and bloodlust and action all the way through. They've got some interesting takes on. I was going to say the name of the villain, our Act 3 villain in Darkwood. Some interesting perspectives there. But yeah, I don't think there's ever really been a better time to re-roll, to start a new run through the main story.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much, and congratulations.
Thanks so much,
thank you.
Rod. We're stoked.
And we're going to be now switching over to D4 content. We're actually going to take like a really short break because we got to swap people in. This room is only so big, and we also need mics off of people and everything. But we're going to be swapping in into our Diablo 4 segment. So we'll see you here in a minute or so.
Well, there we go. So, Diablo Immortal. New class is all that so far. They're going to be jumping into D4 stuff now, as a lot of you guys have seen. I think it's jumping into what the initial cinematic while they're cutting here. So, Renee crosses fingers for D4 rune words. Could happen, I suppose. It could happen. Haven't missed nothing yet. I take that back. What you've missed depends on who you talk to. Diablo Immortal announced a new character. The Blood Knight is the only thing that's happened so far. Did they say there was going to be another Diablo 4 character? I couldn't remember for sure. Yeah, no, you didn't miss anything about D4. All you missed about D4 is, hey, right after this, we're going to do D4. That's all you missed so far. And Diablo Immortal stuff, I should say. Objectively, it's a killer mobile app. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for what it is, I mean, it's one of those things like for D4, it's exactly what I expected. You know, everyone's like, why isn't this perfect? Why isn't there this? Why isn't it? And it's like, I don't know. What'd you expect? Like, you know, what'd you expect? Diablo Immortal, like, I expected there to be crazy monetization in it. It's a free game. Like, doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but, you know, I can only get so outraged when I know what to expect, right? Yeah, don't forget to slam that like button, fellas. Good call. Good call. Everyone's super stoked about the D4 launch coming here, so. Oh, Sean's, oh yeah, seeing this play out the first time full was amazing, yeah. The cutscenes are really darn good, yeah. Movie quality for sure. Crazy monetization's lame because it's free, so lame. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. I don't like it, but someone else is paying for it. I guess you could view it that way. What's gonna happen? Oh. Alright. I think we should be jumping into what the actual thing here. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream. Help me out. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe up as well. It's possible there's some new people as well, so.
And we're back.
What happened to the awkward hello? You're supposed to go, hello.
That's going to be my intro for everything.
I'm technically not back.
Wait.
Well, you are technically back. I mean, you were in other streams and other times.
Correct.
I'm not back. I'm new.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Tim is new. Tim also has the best voice
Oh,
in
thank
the
you.
world.
Yeah. Wow.
So
really
Tim,
nice.
Tim is just going to talk for the rest of the stream.
Wow, good.
And-
I didn't prepare for that at all. All right.
Surprise.
Maybe you should actually introduce people?
Yes,
or-
I will introduce people. We are now joined by our wonderful Diablo 4 developers.
This
we
is
have
it.
Tim Ismay. May I introduce you?
Hello, Tim Ismay. I'm one of the lead producers on Diablo 4, specifically focused on seasons. I say that because if you ask me questions outside of the seasons context, I have no idea what's going on.
And you said plural.
You said
Wait,
plural.
there's more than one season.
I'm trying to build more than one
season.
Yeah.
There is more than one season. That's
Huge announcements. There's going to be more than one season, fellas.
Security right there.
I'm actually just asking for it.
That's the announcement.
Right, yeah.
Wait, we're supposed to be thinking about job security? Damn it.
And we have
Oh,
a
yeah.
familiar face.
Joey P.
Yes, I'm Joe Pipora. I'm the Associate Game Director for the live service, and I'm excited to talk about Season 1 today, at last.
But first,
But first,
He's real fast.
That's right.
because Adam has built everything possible to talk about except the season.
right,
We
yeah.
can never start talking about seasons until we talk about something else first. But there are cool things to actually talk about.
correct. Obviously, it's been a little over a month since Diablo 4's launched.
It's only been a month.
Is it? Well, if you include
No, but you're right. It is.
Yeah.
Like, I always, the amount of feedback we get about, like, hey, this thing, and you're like, it's been like 5 weeks. Like,
Exactly.
give us a second.
Exactly.
So,
It has been
literally just
a month,
started.
a little bit more than a month since Diablo 4 has
wait,
actually
how did you
launched.
guys get a season done in 4 weeks? That's incredible.
We started it well before the game launched.
that's smart.
We actually released it.
We're extremely good at our job.
Wait, so you
I don't want to get in the
started
weeds,
before the
everybody.
game
I don't
launched?
want to get in the weeds, everybody, but like we did start before the game launched to make sure that we could actually release.
I thought you were just going to say
something.
zombies are really easy to make, and so therefore it was.
Yeah,
Oh my
obviously, that's
God.
what it is. Okay.
Also, people are saying that your mic is low, Mr. Joey P.
My
no.
mic
Yeah,
is low.
so I don't
Okay,
know if
I'll
we,
bring it in a little
we'll
bit.
fix that. I promise. Live.
They heard me.
broadcast.
They heard me.
I can project everybody.
Yeah,
That's
he
what's
can-
going to take.
He can start screaming.
Just scream at everybody.
And you haven't seen
So I
Joey P
interrupted. So
scream.
you,
Sorry.
you're talking
Sorry,
about the
sorry.
5 week. I was just shocked by the 5 week thing, but anyway.
Correct.
So yes, it's been 5
so
weeks.
obviously, it's
Watch
been
my
5
stream,
weeks since we
fellas.
launched. We've had numerous updates to the game, hot fixes, patches. We actually had a campfire
thanks.
chat in between. Where we talked about even a big update that was coming before season
13
1.
page.
Yes,
patch
13
notes?
page, which people are like, well, that must have been like 14 point font, double spaced. And I'm like, maybe it was, but it still was very big. It was like 11 pages and it went on the actual site. But we've addressed a lot of feedback and everything related to the game.
Mister,
We
you
still
wanna
have
get to the
more
hood
feedback
stuff,
that
huh?
we're actually
Nice.
going to be addressing. And I will say that later this
it.
afternoon, there is going to be another patch, climb patch. Surprise, spoilers.
Patch
or
today.
announcement. We will have patch 104. That's going to be hitting all platforms later this afternoon. There will be patch notes posted this afternoon. Very much not as chonky as 103, but it does address additional feedback and issues that people have been reporting over to us
got
in the actual
one?
patch notes.
Come on, put you on the spot.
Funny enough, I actually have this printed out?
I don't think you can say that 1.04 is coming this afternoon and not give an example of something we're fixing in 104.
I know that they are actually doing a gameplay fix in regards to, or a gameplay adjustment to Helltide Chess, so that Helltide Chess will now actually drop unique items.
Yeah, have the chance to drop unique items, but yes.
Sorry. I was saying not like a guarantee.
So relax,
Now
everybody.
that's
a good
quoted,
thing.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
but,
So that's okay. That sounds stupid for me as the GM to go like, I thought they already could.
So I guess
drop
normal
uniques
Helltide
with
chest
Helltide
couldn't,
chest. So
and the mystery ones could or
I
something?
was mistaken there.
Yeah. It's so there are some content types that the rewards are not dropping like unique items from it. So like like Whisper bounty caches, for example, don't have a chance to drop unique items when you turn in for those.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, but I think that there's opportunities for us to continue to like try to expose this more as we talk about these things moving forward. But yeah, this is an opportunity now. We want to make sure that when players are trying to target farm for certain kinds of uniques for their builds, they need to grab in order to bring those things online, that those Whisper caches really can be used as a way to or not Whisper caches, the tortured gifts you can get from the Helltides events. Those are really good opportunities to go and try to go for those.
And that's this afternoon. So once 104 goes out, once your uniques can drop in.
That's
Helltide
right.
chest.
That's right. That's this afternoon.
Yep, and I will say, like, we've been getting, like we've mentioned, I think, many times already in this stream, we have been getting a lot of feedback related to bugs, issues, or even just
Maybe
like general
Tempest
game.
Roar from a helmet Helltide chest for 75 instead of the only the mystery ones, maybe?
Things that,
Maybe that's a play?
obviously, well, we're addressing as we get through all these different updates in the future and everything.
We're building a big backlog. Like this is the thing. I was making the joke about they started before, like seasons started before we launched, just to try to set expectations. Like we're moving as fast as we can, but we have to move also safely, because if we move too fast, we can kind of vibrate the game out of stability. And so we're trying.
Also, yes, everybody hit that like button for me. My man's gotta hit that like button for me.
Safe way, and knowing we have a large
Much
backlog
appreciated.
of season 1 was already well in flight, and season 2 is also very much well in flight. And so we're trying to make those adjustments. So we hear the feedback. So please don't take the lack of instantaneous response as in we don't hear you. We hear you. We hear about, I want to lock my inventory. We hear you about all the different types of things that you're giving us feedback on, and we appreciate that feedback, and we're doing our best to address it as quickly and as safely as possible. So, so just trying to manage expectations that sometimes it might feel, but again, it's only been 5 weeks. We've
Right there, you mentioned locking an item in the inventory instead of making it leave. Quick note there.
Of, you know, we said the launch was the beginning, not the end. And so we're going to be continuing to support this game through many seasons and through expansions and what have you. And so please just allow us some time to catch up and work through our backlog to get to those items that we know that you care about.
And I do want to note that we're, you know, as we were in preseason, we were obviously shooting out a lot of updates really quickly. And this is something we talked about a little bit on the campfire chat, but we are going to get into a more systematic way of being able to update the game. So it's not just going to be like ad hoc, hey, guess what, a new client patch type of thing, unless there's an emergency.
Yeah, me too. What I think he meant was how people ask to lock a singular item into your inventory instead of marking it all as like sell this, sell this, sell this, sell this. Just marking the one good one, I think.
Whether they are in between or only on
Could be wrong.
seasons and so forth. So we'll have that actually communicated out, and people then know what to expect going forward when we do have different updates or different patches that actually do hit the game.
I think it's really important.
I mean, I'll
that
talk
we
whenever I
have
want to talk.
now
Pursuit.
to talk
My stream.
about things we did in the preseason. We've made a number of changes on the balance side. We've responded to a lot of player feedback. We've got 1.04 coming out later on this afternoon. But Adam, what do the people want to hear about?
I try to only stop and talk when they're just talking about nothing.
So we're actually now going to talk about, no, I'm just kidding. But we do want to talk about season 1. Season 1 is coming, and we actually have a really cool trailer to show off before
Let's go.
we jump into it. So hit it, Rich and Matt.
Season 1 trailer, let's go.
I am writing to you because although a great evil is receding from Sanctuary, a new festering curse now spreads its corruption across the land. More dangerous, more malignant than I could have imagined. I have found a way to stop this plague, to rip the dark power of these monsters from their very core and turn it to our advantage in destroying them. But I cannot do this alone. My allies have fallen. My strength is dwindling. The malignant are relentless and without mercy. I need help. I need you.
Me. All right, guys. Yeah, that's enough on the top. He didn't mean anything by it, so it's okay. You don't have to go at him too hard. $720. Oh, launch date.
And there we have it. The first season of Diablo 4 coming out on July 20th. The season of the Malignant. Lots to talk about there. Lots to talk about there. So we're actually going to jump into it. No, I'm just kidding. But obviously, a lot of people want to know what's going on. You know, we even teased it on social media yesterday, where
720
was corrupting Sanctuary. I guess Tim, Joe, like explain to us what's going on now.
So season 1, the season of the Malignant. So our very, very first season in the game is going to basically take place after the events of Diablo 4. So after the redacted and the redacted have happened and the player has finished redacting the redacted, once all that's out of the way, that's when things are really going to kick off in the world of Sanctuary, kind of step off from that point. And there is a new threat that's basically emerged in Sanctuary. There's this malignance, there's this corruption that's begun to spread throughout like the hearts of the creatures throughout the world, and that's everything from like beasts to humans to demons themselves. everything in between, can be corrupted by this malignance as we begin to take root and fester inside the inside people. And it's basically kind of like it's changing them, right? It's turning them into these bloodthirsty fiends. Effectively, they're going out and trying to destroy everything. And it's threatening Sanctuary at a very, very, very high level. The player is going to come across a new character that they're going to introduce to over the course of the season named Cormund, who we actually saw in the trailer there. Cormund is, there he is. Cormund is an ex-member of the Cathedral of Light. He used to be a priest of the Cathedral of Light. And he's taken it upon himself to start trying to dive deeper into this new malignant threat that's risen over the course of these days following the events of Diablo 4's main campaign. But he's finding himself maybe a little out of his depth. Would you say, Tim? Like, what do you think about Cormund?
Yeah, he's trying to fix the problem on his own, and then I think when he's not 100% successful, he comes to the player and says, "Hey, you were really helpful in the past. Could I get a hand from you?" So that's kind of where things start.
Yeah, he's very. I think that you'll find like he's a person. Everything in the room is on fire, but he's sitting there like, "I can fix it. You know, we can find a way to solve this, right?" But he's a great new character that the player get introduced over the course of the season. But that's really just where things kick off. Now, and players will start the season of Malignant actually in Kyovashad, and they're going to gain access to the beginning of the story of the season pretty much right away. You know, so you're able to start off right at level 1, like jumping out of the gate and be able to start like following the thread of this new season storyline.
Right. So it's like a mini
We're
campaign.
going to talk about the transition from
coming along with it.
the current Eternal Realm into the season afterwards. We're going to get through the season information first.
Yeah.
Well, then I know people are really curious about what happens to my current character. How do I think about that transition? But we'll get to that after we get through the season details.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So that's the kind of like the high level, like what's happening in the world of Sanctuary.
Theme, right?
That's the theme,
we have a seasonal theme with a seasonal story, but like what about the mechanic? On top of the theme, there's usually the seasonal mechanics. So what's the mechanics that we're looking at?
We're trying to add more stuff to seasons that appeal to everything that a player does in Diablo 4. So we are adding story, the elements of what you're going to find out about what is actually happening to Sanctuary, but then we want things that are new challenges for the player, things that you can fight that maybe you haven't fought before, as well as new powers, things that you can build your character in a different way, a different direction than maybe you did in any previous season, or in this case in the preseason when you had just the Eternal Realm. So hitting all of those notes, we're starting with a mechanic around the threat. So what is the threat? The Malignant. We've been talking about it a lot. Where does the Malignant actually show up? That actually shows up throughout the entire game. Yep. When you're playing in the world of Sanctuary, anytime you encounter any elite monster, there's a chance that it will spawn as a malignant version of that monster. So that malignant version is going to have these growths on it and some additional power. After you kill it, a heart will actually appear, the exposed malignant heart that was causing this. If you then interact with that heart by using a Cage of Binding, it now starts a ritual where it's pulling all the malignants in and a new, even more powerful version of that elite is spawned.
Yep.
Why would you want this? How does this help you? Well, if you can manage to beat that even more powerful version where you see these other minions are now helping it, these other malignant creatures, now it drops the caged heart. You've actually put all of that malignant power into this cage that is an item that you can use that is kind of like a gem. It's like a gem in the sense that you can socket it into gear. It is very much not like a gem in the sense that it has an enormous amount of power. Think of a legendary item, the kind of power that's in there. It's like that, maybe even a little bit more than that. So you can take these malignant hearts, you can socket them into your jewelry, and that gives you these kind of stupid new broken builds that are hopefully balanced, but they are extremely powerful. So these are new options of how you can play the game.
These builds are going to be broken.
This is really, really
Everyone's
cool,
like,
right?
yeah,
So one of the things we really want to do with each season, to Tim's point, is we want to make sure that we're providing new ways for players to engage with Diablo 4. New
Power creep hype,
problems for them to solve, new ways for them to customize their characters and kind of do new cool stuff.
Right.
And that's what Malignant Hearts and the powers associated with Malignant Hearts really allow us to do. So one of these things, so yes, you can take a Malignant Heart that you've managed to collect from one of the consumed that you managed to kill, one of these super malignant creatures that you've killed this way, and you can socket them into your gear. We have over 30. We have 32 new. I'm not gonna say like over 30. We have 32 new malignant powers.
You know exactly how many powers.
Technically, it's 32.
There's what they look like right there, I guess.
Malignant powers are going out this way. These are new legendary power-like abilities. You can see this one here: critical strikes, electrically charged creatures for a set amount of damage. So these like there's a lot of really powerful things like this that you'll be able to kind of like interact with over the course of time. But each of the malignant hearts you're collecting are actually like a category. They're associated with a color. So if like brutal hearts, for example, or like have a blue color.
I wonder if you can put that on a
and
legendary.
they'll only go in infested sockets you'll find on rings and jewelry during the season of the malignant of a matching color.
I see.
So when you're hunting for when you're finding new amulets and rings or gambling at the opals vendor, whatever it is you want to do, you're kind of looking for specific socket colors.
Or if you're getting a unique ring from the new Helltide chest rewards as you're playing from the one.
That's right. If you happen to luck out and get Mother's Embrace because you need another Mother's Embrace, then yes, you can absolutely.
One will never do. But what's interesting.
Well, you can put it in uniques. I guess you could put it in.
So there's
legendary,
three different types of color sockets. Yes.
There's 3 different types of colored sockets, but there's 4 different types of malignant hearts.
Yes. Go on.
Well, okay, I guess I will. So the last malignant heart type is called basically a wrathful. It's an extremely powerful malignant heart type. They're very, very rare to find. They will fit in any colored socket as you go. And you kind of want a combination of all of these. So even though the Wrathfuls are pretty strong, you're really only looking to probably have like 1 or 2 of these based on what you might actually need for your build, over the course of time. So it's fun, really want to be able to experiment with, again, creating these different problems for players to solve, different ways for players to engage with things, and really change up that experience by virtue of adding these new powers. They're going to unlock different builds potentially for classes, to Tim's point, and just basically be like a really fun, exciting new way for players to kind of inject new power into the experience.
But you're looking for so can the jeweler, when the jeweler right now can add a socket to, a piece of jewelry,
yeah.
Are they able to add colored sockets, or are those only
So you can't
found?
choose the color, but anytime a ring would roll with a socket from when the season of malignant starts, it's always going to have a color associated with it. There's not you couldn't get just a regular jewel socket.
But even a jeweler created one? Like if I have a ring with no socket, when I do the jeweler, it'll be colored?
It'll always be colored. Yeah,
so
it'll
you
always
would be
be an
able to do that,
infested socket in this way.
Got it.
Yeah.
But that's true for unique. So if I'm looking for I have a unique ring, like you talked about, but I want the blue version. I could find a unique with the red socket, and I could find it with a yellow socket. So I'm looking for blue. So there'll
might be
multiple versions of the uniques as well, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, fun new stuff to look forward to, and that's just, we showed in the video earlier, like the player fighting.
in that
with a
sense, I like
creature.
that it gives purpose to multiple uniques, right? To finding 7 pants or whatever what is. So I do kind of like that sort of.
When you kill them and you go and you actually use the Cage of Binding to capture their heart, then you fight that super consume the consume version. It's that's gonna be like buffing nearby monsters. It spawns a bigger combat in that scene. There's more to look forward to, and those get tougher and tougher. And you want to fight higher and higher level versions of those in higher world tiers to get even better versions of those hearts.
Yeah, so you can get stronger versions of the hearts as you get further into the game, and you might be thinking okay, does that mean the old, the crappy hearts that I got earlier, are those useless? You can actually break those down at the crafter as well to get
like this guy.
a crafting material out of them that allows you to craft new items, including invokers. So invokers are something that you can use a little bit further on once you finish the campaign of Season 1. You will unlock the ability to go and use these at a specific place called a malignant tunnel. So if you are
By the way,
trying to...
that's also the name of my colonoscopy.
Okay.
There we go. And
It's a serious thing when you're over 50. You should know that.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. So if you have a malignant tunnel, you should get yourself checked out.
So in the world of Sanctuary, when we say malignant tunnel, we mean, hey, I'm a player and I actually want to get more of these hearts, but it's just a random chance on elites out in the world. Where can I intentionally find more of them? There are these malignant tunnels. So there are actually places across the world where the malignance is manifesting in these new dungeons. So if you specifically want to go find more malignant hearts, you can hunt down these tunnels.
Yep.
You can go in and, hey, there are more malignant there. So there's a higher chance of finding malignant monsters there. And if you want to guarantee it, man, I really need a very specific type of malignant heart. How do I make that even more likely? That's when you take your crafted invoker, you go all the way to the end of a malignant tunnel, and you can use it on a malignant outgrowth. When you use it on that outgrowth, it now spawns that specific type of malignant that's going to have the color associated with it of the heart you're trying to find. You kill that, and you're going to get the specific heart. So there's a little bit more targeted farming you can do as you approach the end game of season 1.
Actually, I have like, if go to the C
Okay.
video, it will be able to show you going into an Evoker event where you can go in and sort of, which I've heard called the turkey baster from hell, basically, is what an Evoker looks like.
It does kind of, yes. I don't, that wasn't the like art direction on it, but yeah, that's where we ended up.
So yeah, at the end of these malignant tunnels, you're going to find that there are these masses of malignants that you're going to be able to go and interact with. Each of the
That's the
tunnels
one we
has
wanna watch.
a few different ones that can potentially spawn different colors of malignant outgrowth that can spawn from those. So it gives you those opportunities to go and like really target farm, as Tim's pointed out, like certain kinds of malignant hearts as the player's progressing through the experience. Yeah.
So when we show, like we were just showing it,
Technical
show the one
issues.
you were just showing, because that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are these just regular dungeons, nightmare dungeons? I'm not sure. They're definitely not nightmare. This is World Tier 2,
You were
but
able to basically, essentially requesting a monster of a particular color, yes? You're saying, like, I want a blue heart, a chance to get a blue heart by trying to defeat the blue monster, yes?
That's right, and some of these, are, like particularly later on in the experience, like the most powerful hearts you can get are going to be delivered from things like these Invoker encounters that we
Right.
go and interact with. So yeah, something we're very excited about.
So basically, they use an Invoker on the one
yeah,
of the pods.
I don't have
That's right,
I don't
yeah,
have
the
control of their
outgrowths
game
from the
volume. That's what they have it
malignant
set
Yeah,
at, so it just is
then
what it
creates
is.
a blue monster for you to fight. You have to take that down, which will then. So does this one go through the same mechanic where I have to kill it, try to capture heart to kill
Yeah,
the
so
harder
you'll,
thing?
yeah. When this thing pops up after you kill this one, you don't actually have to capture it. You're fighting the powerful version of it like immediately.
That's what I was asking. Yeah, so you don't have to do the 1-2. Right?
That's right.
Got it. So that's nice. So it's kind of a little like the sigil crafting, where you basically, I've got a bunch of stuff I'm not using right now. I can craft it down so that I can focus what malignant hearts I want. Because maybe my build, I know I want a brutal heart, but I haven't running into any blue malignants out there in the world. So now I can go into a malignant tunnel, fight my way to the end, have an opportunity to use the Invoker to create a blue malignant to go after its heart. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Roger's called it.
Nightbot always
And
hits
I
the
know.
like button. I know you.
all I'm here
All
to
you
do is
get is the like
summarize.
button too. I already know you did.
That's
So
good.
He's
I
like,
won't even ask.
I will take everything you said, summarize it into 2 sentences. And I know, like, obviously with the story and so forth, there are like new, like a new boss and so forth
Yeah, there's
associated
new,
with
but we're
it.
not really talking about
We're
the
not
boss so much
redacted,
today, but, like, yes,
redacted,
there's-
but yes.
It's
there's-
worth calling out, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is worth
there's new boss monster for players to fight over the course of the season. There are new legendary items for players to collect this season.
Correct,
There's
yes.
there's our legendary powers, I should say, for players
Yes.
to collect. There's new unique items for players to collect.
Now those new unique legendaries and the unique uniques.
Yeah, you
Thanks
go.
for that. Those are not just in the seasonal realm, though, right? Are those things that are also showing up in the eternal?
That's right. Those will also show up in the Eternal Realm. So yeah,
Exactly.
if you're a player who's like really trying to continue to progress your character in the Eternal Realm, there's now a few new items for you to go try to hunt for and use to kind of augment and change your build.
There you
This is the
go.
moment where I can do the producer thing.
okay, yeah,
So
please.
Oh, yeah.
you probably saw before on the screen when we looked at the cinematic, it was awesome. And in the end, we said July 20th. Oh my God, there it is, the day it's coming out. We are actually putting out the patch a little bit earlier. So just for awareness, so everyone knows, you're going to see your game patching on July 18th. That is all of the stuff coming to you that is going to turn on July 20th.
Balance changes, the new items.
Yeah. So July 18th is actually anything that shows up on the Eternal
So July
Realm
18th,
is there
okay.
right away. If you just want to continue playing the game.
Yeah, Mike, I sort of agree. It does sound sort of convoluted and weird, but it might be one of those things once you see and get your hands on it, maybe it's not as like odd as it seems, or is as convoluted, right? Maybe.
Rewards changes that we've made, those will be there right away on July 18th. July 20th, the season turns on. You can now create seasonal characters.
I think it's like going back to managing expectations. I think one of the things we've been trying to be really clear about with seasons is that it is not a continuation of the main campaign storyline. Like we've been trying to use phrases like it's a new quest line. Working with Corman to solve the malignant is a big, is obviously the journey you're on, but it's not about the Anarius Lilith journey. It's not extending that story. It's sort of a side story.
Yeah, so it's a side story. They're saving the main quest for the expansions, I'm sure.
Diablo 4. But you're absolutely right. This is a new self-contained story within the season of the Malignant, which is great because it just gives us it affords us a lot of opportunities to tell an exciting story and to create like these new big features to kind of go along with that and support it.
So as I'm playing through that now, it would be amazing if there was some way to sort of track my accomplishments through the season. I don't know, maybe some sort of journey perhaps
so
would be really...
you want to track your seasonal journey through some kind of feature.
Is that,
I'm really curious. I wish they would tell us what time of day. That's kind of a big deal. Is it going to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me? Is it going to be 10 o'clock at night? Do I need a babysitter?
Season 1, where we're going to bring out the season journey feature, which I know we've talked a little bit about on stream before, but I guess it's worth maybe calling out and maybe a little bit more clarity.
Hey, look, it's this, but without redacted all over it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is
no top secret.
Yeah. So this is the battle pass introducing as part of season 1, and then going into here you'll see the season journey, and again, so the season journey is separated into 7 chapters. And like these major chapters, and each of those chapters has a number of objectives inside each of them in order to allow you to progress that chapter.
And you don't have to do all of them?
You don't have to do all of them. You have to do a subset of them in order to advance to the next chapter. So I think it's really cool. So like objective to objective, you're going to be earning favor drops, which can be used to fuel your battle pass, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. Yeah. But you're also, for your chapter completion moments, you're getting big drops of that favor that's going to be used like an experience point value for your battle pass. But you're also going to be getting some like item rewards, and importantly, you're going to be unlocking new legendary aspects, ones that you can't normally get through the Codex of Power, through like dungeon completion, and also many of our new legendary aspects we're adding in the season. If you're playing in the seasonal realm, you can collect that for your Codex of Power by going to the season journey. So it's a great way for you to introduce yourself to some of these new things as you're kind of playing through.
Yeah, I love this. Like, one of the things that's hard about, for people who know Diablo 3 and its sort of journey.
Hold on, wait. Do you love this?
I love this.
Oh, that actually feels really good to hear.
I love this. The notion around, like, I like the fact that the subset aspect of it, because I know there are certain things. I'll pick a stupid example. It's like, maybe I hate sellers for some reason. I'm a seller hater. And so I never want to complete a seller. Then the fact that I can advance chapter 1 to go to chapter 2 without ever doing what lurks below, I think that's great, because that's like, I find you get into situations.
Those aren't world tiers at the top. They said those were chapters for the season thing or whatever.
The fact that I don't have to do that here, that I can choose a subset.
They just said a minute ago there was 7 seasons, so there's 4 and then 3 skull ones, which for whatever reason.
It's really good to hear. It's one of the things we really want to do is make sure that like the base example of this is like we really like letting players use our fields of hatred as opportunities to kind of like progress their characters inside of the season, but we don't, and we want to include that
which is
in the
season
PvP journey,
fields,
which is the PvP content in the game. But we don't want to make that like a requirement that you must go do this content in order to progress your season journey. We want to give players the option to do this if they choose.
One thing I do want to call out here,
I believe
as well,
JS,
with the season journey, and I think you're going to call it out in some other places, is that
there's certain aspects that will be just in the season.
Players
sounds like
initially that you go to this battle pass screen, you click on the season journey button. Do I have to buy the battle pass to get this? No. Everyone has access to the season journey. This is a base feature that everybody is engaging with. Actually, everybody has access to the battle pass too. You're engaging with, even if you never pay a cent, you are engaging with the battle pass. You're getting free stuff.
In the seasonal realm.
In the seasonal realm.
Yes, and
Ron has to always remind me to say that. In the seasonal realm, this stuff exists. There is no season journey if you're not in the season. That's very important. It only exists there. There's no battle pass if you're not in the season.
Right.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So yeah, that's essentially the way the season journey works. Those final objectives, those final chapters are really, really tough to complete. You can get some like special like cosmetics, like special like title and things towards the end of that path. So we're excited to see players like engage with it and for us to continue to support it in future seasons.
And so we saw that the season journey grants you a lot of favor to go towards your battle pass, but you also earn favor just out in the world killing stuff. And
that's right. Anything that's like killing monsters, completing like whispers and dungeons and things, like all of these things will be earning you favor as you kind of play through the season.
Right.
So anything that's getting you experience points is your chance to give you that favor as well.
So if you have never played the campaign yet, like you're about to buy the game for the first time with the season, for example.
See right here, it says premium battle pass
I'll be like,
inactive.
okay, I'm going to roll
this is
character, I'm going to play the campaign.
premium
The
here.
fact that
It's all free.
while I'm playing the campaign, I'm killing stuff, and I'm still earning favor. Like, this stuff is still sort of progressing in the background, right? In
That's absolutely correct.
I just won't run into any malignant until I finish the campaign.
That's absolutely right. But you will, as you play, if you make a new character, to your point, Rod, on the seasonal realm, and you're playing through the campaign, you will be earning favor as you're killing monsters and doing things during the campaign. But a lot of those, and you can also progress your season journey, but some of those objectives might require you to go and interact with season features that aren't available until after you finish the events of the Diablo 4 main campaign.
And that's probably one of the big things to be clear about. I know we're going to talk about the transition later, but in terms of getting access to the mechanic, the idea of talking to Corpsmen, capturing malignant hearts, having rings with colored socket or jewelry with colored sockets, that stuff all takes place post.
I thought you didn't have to do the campaign, but from what they just said there, it sounded like you did have to do the campaign again. So I'm not sure. I thought before they said that you didn't have to, but
the campaign
Correct,
on the
yeah.
seasonal realm, but you will shortly thereafter. So one of the things you can do, and I know we're going to talk about this, and we keep saying we're going to talk about this, and then we talk about it anyway. But like, so I would say, like, one of the things you can do to get ready for the season is to make sure you finish your campaign playthrough. Diablo 4,
Yes.
jump in. You can choose to skip campaign when you make your new seasonal character,
Right.
and dive right into the seasonal story and content immediately.
And that's forevermore. That's one thing we tried to say is that once you complete the campaign on one character on your
Yeah,
account,
one character, one
for every
time.
season moving forward, for any character you create moving forward, you can skip campaign and start off in Kyovashad level 1 off your
Right there, right
and,
there.
You know,
Not always Kyovashad, but yes.
so you never have to do
Is
the
that
campaign
the
again.
only
Foreshadowing.
thing that we can be doing
main
to
campaign.
prepare
well,
for
we should get
season
to,
one?
Let's get to the-
we should get to the battle pass. So the favor, so you have favor flowing because you're playing the game.
You're playing the game because you're doing your season journey objectives. You're getting even
And
more
I was
of
going
it.
to say you're getting more, and the favor is really flowing because I'm completing the season journey objectives. And so
Yep.
that favor is feeding into your progress on the battle pass, whether you've chosen to just have the free battle pass or whether you've chosen to upgrade it to a premium battle pass, correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So what, can we go back to the screen? Because I think it's one of the things. What we highlight here is
Uh-oh. Audio
part of the
out.
thing is kind of a,
Back
we use the term.
Oop, it's out again.
Why would I want to complete the battle pass? One of the reasons you would want to complete the battle pass is you could look like this.
Yeah.
And by completing the battle pass in terms of the mount armor.
So I guess those are
the armor
free.
that the
Those are some of the
characters
free
wearing.
cosmetics back here.
And so, did you want to talk a little bit about kind
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
stuff?
so the one
this
of
one's
the things
premium.
that's really
This
cool
one's for the
about
premium
a lot
battle
of
pass
items in the
required.
battle pass. There are these really exciting like armors to chase for the characters. There are like fun new emotes to go chase for different classes, and we have even things like the like what we're showing off here, like the Artisan's Tunic. We have some things that are like these. And this is actually one of our free cosmetics. Actually, is this the things are like a little bit lower fantasy that we can use to kind of like role play different kind of themes out for your characters, just give you more options. And we have like our bigger stuff like this. Like this is like the Awoken Cold Iron stuff is like some of like the like real chase armor cosmetics that exist at the end of the battle pass.
It's one of the things that, like, if you notice either the role-playing armor, like the Artisan tunic, or the helmet, is that one of the big things about the Battle Pass is that unlike the shop, the Battle Pass, all of the cosmetics are class agnostic. So we have a preview for all 5 classes, so you can see what it looks like on a Barbarian, what it looks like on a Druid, what it looks like on a Necromancer, and those sorts of things. And that's one of the nice things about the Battle Pass is everything you're earning on the Battle Pass, class agnostic.
Yeah, for those
That's awesome.
transmogs.
The
That's
exception
cool, I
is the
suppose.
transmog weapons. There are transmog weapons on there that are class specific just because classes only
Classes
can
can
equip
only use
certain
specific,
weapons.
yeah.
So if your class can equip that weapon, then you have access to it. Just to reinforce, I think it was already expressed, but there are lots of free things on the Battle Pass. If you pay to upgrade it to the premium Battle Pass, what you're getting access to are a bunch of additional cosmetic things.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're getting access to by paying is that additional cosmetic unlock. So there's really, really cool stuff, some on the early end, and then especially on the tail end of it, that's what you're buying into. But the free version...
Keep going. I'm getting ready to transition.
Okay. The free version
I know where I want to go after you.
still has some very cool unlocks, and anything related to... Well, you wanted to talk more about
Yeah,
Blessed.
Bob, the season favor kind of sounds like seasonal renown, huh? Sort of?
27 free
Yeah.
tiers in the Battle Pass, and part of those 27 free tiers are Smoldering Ashes
His
that
mic's
you can
messed
get
up.
based on the level you are in the game,
Yep.
and that you've progressed with favor. And what do those Smoldering Ashes get you?
Yeah, pay to be different.
Smoldering
Yeah,
Ashes
pay
the
to
player
look
will
different.
collect the battle pass are, as you called out, like they're on the free track of the battle pass. You need to be you have a character of a certain level in order to be able to actually use them. So they're kind of like they're rate limited that way. We'll take those and you'll be able to use those and apply them to the seasonal blessings system.
Right.
And here, okay, we can actually finally reveal all of these. So here are the places where, as the player is collecting these ashes, they can invest them here to give all of their characters on the seasonal realm kind of like this advantage able to carry through. So whether that is like bonus to like XP earned from monster kills, like we call out here, or things like boosting the duration of all elixirs that you're using over the course of the season.
Right, and you can looks like, I'm assuming that, I don't know if it's linear or not, but if I would assume it was linear, I can do it 4 times at 15%, so like 60% duration on elixirs, in terms of that particular, the earn of prolonging.
That's right. Yeah, we want to make this just be an extra little fun little thing for players to chase as they're going through the season to kind of, help them like boost their characters up a little bit more quickly as they kind of get deeper and deeper into progression to the season, and give them a few different advantages to play with while they're playing through.
So if I were to max out with my Smoldering Ashes, they're like earn a prolonging is where I want to invest my Smoldering Ashes. I can basically take my 30-minute elixir and make it almost a 50-minute elixir. So getting that 5% XP boost. Maybe for me, it's the extra 200 thorns and the 200 armor. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and give you boosts to like get more opportunities to earn like the or better milli heart drops that can occur for you as you're playing.
And these are available to everyone because who's in the seasonal realm because it's part of the free track.
Yes.
And they are limited based on they're also limited based on level of the player, so that even if someone were to use tier skips, even though they might get to the tier that says free Smoldering Ashes, it doesn't actually unlock until you get to the level requirement.
Yeah, for like for example, like the first Ash that you unlock in the Battle Pass is I think it's tier 8 maybe.
Tier 8,
yeah. And it has a level 40 character requirement as an example. Just to make it really, really clear, like you will be able to use this in time, but immediately like you need to continue to progress your character and like continue to level up, and then you'll be able to use that accordingly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can kind of do my little summary thing. So basically, what we said, so we have a seasonal theme of the Malignant, which has the mechanic of capturing Malignant hearts and putting it into jewelry. We use that to complete our season's journey. Our season journey is rewarding us favor. Our favor, we're then putting into the battle pass to get really cool cosmetics and transmogs, but also based on our level and our tier in the battle pass, we'll get Smoldering Ashes. We can use those Smoldering Ashes to apply a season's blessing, which allows us to use those urns and get sort of perks for during just this season that we've unlocked.
That's correct.
So the free person's experience, if you never want to pay a cent, you are still getting a lot of power out of the season journey and the free aspect, the free unlocks on the battle pass. So this is kind of an increase in power for everybody. And then if you want to spend money, just reinforcing that, that's unlocking more cosmetics. And don't get me wrong, like they're amazing cosmetics. I am planning to pay to unlock them myself. But there's no power that comes from them. They are transmogs. They are not actual items. It's just a transmog you can place on your armor to look cool. They don't actually cause things to light on fire.
Yeah, it's just reinforcing what we had talked about before, like even before launch and so forth, is that the battle pass itself, anything that if you do pay for a battle pass, all the paid items are going to be cosmetics and for you. It's
paid cosmetic only. There you go.
If you bought the deluxe or the ultimate edition,
they're really stressing that like they should.
You already will have a ability to make that a premium battle pass. You know, it still doesn't. So that's great for them. So then let's talk a little bit about the transitional side of it in terms of how I go into this or what happens. So there's a couple of different things. There's like, one is like there's a need. So there's a question. I guess we should talk about renown. Like one of the big things that we hear the most about is, hey, I spent a lot of time, and I know I did too. I completed all my renown objectives. I've got full everything. And now I hear, oh, I have to re-roll my character in season. Do I have to go find all the altars of Lilith? Do I have to go all clear the fog of war again?
Yeah, so I know we've talked about this in stream before, but it definitely bears repeating. So like when season 1 goes live, players are going to be able to go basically carry over like all of the fog of war that they've cleared. So everything, all the world they've explored on their characters in each of the zones, like in the Fractured Peaks and Scotsland and such, all of that's going to carry over, as well as all of the renown that you have earned from all of that, all of the exploration.
So can we bring up the screen? So basically where we see areas discovered, let's say I've actually, we'll say this is this person. So right now they've got 30 areas discovered, which is worth 150 renown.
Right.
So what's going to happen is in the season, I'm going to have 30 areas clear inside of Kyrgyzstan, and I will have 150 renown already in the bank. And it will have unlocked whatever 150 renown will have unlocked.
Absolutely right. Yep, absolutely right. So you're going to have that, and you're also going to have already collected all of your altars of Lilith that you've got from your account.
So the same thing here. So I will have 12 will be appearing on my map immediately, and I will have 120 renown in the bank with my other 100. So I'll have 270 renown already earned, waiting for me to claim when I fire up the season.
That's absolutely correct. So these are the advantages you get to start with, and like if you look at like all of the renown you can collect from discovering all of the areas and from getting all of your altars of Lilith, it's going to get you in each of the zones, basically through the first 2 tiers, a little bit away through the 3rd tier for each of the zones for renown. So you get to start with, like, if you start at level 1 on day 1 of the new season with a brand new character, you'll start, and you've done all of this work with your previous characters and previous playthroughs. You'll have 5 skill points to play with, and then 5 extra potion charges. So you'll be at sitting at 9 potion charges.
At level 1, you'll have 5 skill points and 9 potions ready to go.
Absolutely. You just claim those things down, you're good to go for the season.
And your map reveal.
And your map reveal.
So that goes back to what Tim was teeing up earlier. When we think about, hey, I'm excited about the season, I want to prepare for it. I've got, what is it? It's the 6th today?
Today's the 6th. Yes.
So I have 14 days.
14
I have
days.
2 weeks. what should I be doing in these next 2 weeks? And so one was, I better get the campaign done because I really want to
complete the campaign.
Fight the Malignant. But now, like, if you had places to go to, like,
I believe so, Tiny Cat.
dig deep on clearing the fog and dig deep on finding the altars, because those are going to carry into this season.
Yeah, all that stuff will carry over with you.
Okay, so then, Tim, how do I think about, I've got 5, 6 alts, you know, my characters right now in the Eternal Realm. We're talking about carrying over progress based on your, how do I ensure that the progress, like the most progress character, it actually impacts my seasonal character? Like,
yeah, Tim, tell us.
It's a great question. For various technical implementation reasons, we do actually need you to log in on existing characters to kind of self-migrate some of your data with this. So this is something that we implemented based on player feedback that we got. So we put it in as quickly as we could. It is in for Season 1, but what we need you to do, once Season 1 comes out, actually once the patch comes out, you don't even have to wait until July 20th. You can do this on July 18th, which is when the patch goes live. You should log in with characters that have the most progress. If you have a single character you played, or if you have one character that, hey, on this one character I unlocked all the altars and cleared all the Fog of War, awesome. You just have to log in with that person. When you log in with that character, all of that progress is going to be propagated across your entire account. It'll be saved as, hey, this is just unlocked for your whole account now. At that point, any character you log on, either one of your existing alts or any new character you make in seasons, will now have all of that progress. So you have to do it once, but after you've done that, it is now saved to your account. And just to reinforce, the experience you're going to have if you have unlocked all of these things, it takes a little bit of work, but if you've unlocked all of that, when you start that new seasonal character, wow, is that a lot of power. You are going to level pretty fast, because extra 5 skill points, extra 5 potions, you are ridiculously overpowered when you first start playing. Like, that is a lot of extra power.
It will accelerate you a little bit as you start.
And because that is a big caveat, like, we will be reminding everyone. I'm going to be, like, literally screaming it from the rooftops. I know we will be posting it in our patch notes on that come out for the patch on the 18th, just to remind people that, yes, log into your characters beforehand. Even if you log in, like, if you jump into the season later on, you can log into those characters with the most amount of progress.
Well,
and so forth.
That's the two things we should, because there'll probably be questions. But one is, I don't do that for whatever. I go on vacation. I'm not playing. I come back. The season's started. I can still log in my Eternal Realm character and have all that progress brought to the season. Yes.
Yes.
Even after the season started. So it's not like, oh, you only have 18 to 20 to get it those 2 days.
It's there forever. Functionally, from this point forward, anytime you ever log in on a character, it will just check, like, hey, does this character have any progress that's not already credited on your account? Cool, I'm now crediting it to your account.
Right. And so and that's for the seasonal. So if I think about the Eternal Realm, like, for example, my Necromancer has everything. I've got the full bar on Renown on all 5. Not humble bragging. That's a point of fact.
Humble bragging.
Not humble bragging.
Absolutely.
So for the next 5 minutes, we're going to talk about
So
this.
let's talk about how good my Necromancer is. No, but all I'm saying is I have a Sork that has not had the same level of progress in the world. So after the 18th, when I log in my Necro and all that progress gets put to my account, when I go to log in my Sork next, even on the Eternal Realm, my Sork will now have all the progress that my Necro
Correct.
has.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
And let's say, like, just to dive really deep into this. So let's say that you've got,
I know,
you've got 2 different characters.
We should do some sort of
You've
dev
got-
stream where we can talk and go deep.
That's true, actually, yeah. So let's say you've got, like, 2 characters you play. Like, one has done everything in the Fractured Peaks, has uncovered everything in the Fractured Peaks, and has uncovered,
He's answering
like,
a few
all the
people's
altars
questions
above.
right here.
You get another character who's gotten everything in Scott's Glen, who's unlocked, like, all the Fog of War, has found all the altars Lilith. If I log in on my Fractured Peaks character, and just by doing that, all of that credit will now be transferred to my Scott's Glen character. When I log into my Scott's Glen character, all of that credit will be applied to my Fractured Peaks characters. At that point, all of the credit of the progress I made on either of those characters has been propagated to the entirety of my account.
Right. So it becomes an and.
It's not just like, yeah, it's and. It's not like
Yeah,
like
so
one-
essentially anything you got or found on any character, as long as you go in and log into all of your characters after the patch drops, you'll get credit for every single thing you found on each individual person, and it'll all be compiled for every character you ever have from there on out and have had.
And I think the point that Tim was trying to make was, hey, prior to Season 1, we had actually talked about that you wouldn't have any Renown progress carryover. You would have to go find the Altars of Lilith. You would have to go clear the Fog of War. Like the
Patch is the 18th. The new season is on the 20th. For anyone else who just jumped in.
The original plan that there was no transition of state from Eternal Realm to Seasonal Realm as part of this. And so hearing the player feedback as we talked about seasons and hearing the response that we got about what, I have to find all the altars again? What, I have to clear the map again? And wanting to make sure that we were listening to the
There is also a smaller patch today, but I think they're talking about the one on the 18th when you have to log in.
most smoothest, most sophisticated, because we were doing it under very tight time constraints as quickly as possible.
Hey, did you want it done? Did you want it done?
It's
the answer is
I'm
yes.
just saying, like, that wasn't the design from the start was not to do this,
Right.
log in a character on the 18th and make it pass.
Yeah.
That's what we had to do to make it happen for season 1.
And this was based off of, obviously player feedback that we had gotten since launch. So this is us implementing it quickly to address, the feedback that you guys have been giving.
Yep.
And then on top of that, I like a huge shout out to our engineers for getting this all implemented before we actually jump into the season.
Much like the Nightmare Dungeon teleport,
Exactly.
like miracles can happen and very quickly. So
A lot of these actually end up with us going to an engineer and asking how long it would take to do it, and the first answer is to do it right.
First
And
answer is
that's
they
very big
cry.
number.
Yeah.
And then there's like, okay, well, what about to make it work right now? And always, if you told me you wanted to do this X months ago, I could have done it way easier because we implemented it completely differently. So, yeah, we make it work, but
yes,
sometimes
Grandy, yeah.
the fact that you have to log in to get the progress propagated, we would have made it a smoother version if we knew months ago.
All right, look, all right. Like, zoom in on me. Zoom in on me.
Zoom in on me.
Let's just.
Jesus.
Okay, it's not going to happen. There it is. Okay, yeah, all right. It's a live game. We know we need to it's a live game. We know we are looking at trying to make improvements based on the feedback that we're getting from players. We're playing the game ourselves. We're kind of seeing how everything is really feeling as it's all coming together with a giant audience of players playing and enjoying the game. We want to make sure that we are making the right changes as quickly as we can for the community. Some of those things are a lot harder than others. But like all the feedback, like Adam, you called out some things really early on at the program, like, we're hearing feedback about, this and this, and like, inventory space. We talked about gems last time and things we want to do there. We're trying to move very quickly in a lot of these things. Some of them are a lot more challenging technically to do than others, but we are rapidly moving on as many changes as we can because we are fervently trying to make the very best version of Diablo 4 possible in the fastest time frame that we can to deliver to the player base, because we're players too. We also want the same things. So just know that we're working hard. We care deeply. We love our engineers and our designers and our producers and the staff's been helping with like all like the hotfix and everything else. We are trying to make sure that we are delivering a really, really high quality experience to players on a regular basis. So just stick with us. Keep giving us that feedback. We're going to keep making adjustments as we go between seasons and other updates.
I can attest that whenever Joe would like to make a change based on feedback he's seen,
Getting limited responses. I don't know what's up with that, G-Sticks.
the first version is always, can we do this immediately? That is always the first request. Never like, hey,
that's
let's
not
get this in
Nightbot.
eventually, when it makes sense and when it's comfortable. No, it's always, could we do this right now? Is it possible for us to do this right now?
Well,
So
I want to
that's
move
the first version.
I want to move the
Quote,
Overton
unquote,
window where I just expect everything to be done in 6 seconds.
But this is the thing about like about doing it safely. Like I think one of the sort of the junior mistakes some people can make is this idea of like time is only what it takes to implement, and it's not. It's time is also what it takes to test and make sure that it's robust and stable. And so that's one of the things that like when you look at we have a follow the sun QA organization around the world, and that's what allows us to do, I don't know, we're what, to 15, 16 hot fixes or more now.
Yeah.
And our big client patches is that ability of not only can we get we have some heroic engineers who can turn stuff around very quickly, but we also have some heroic QA teams around the world who are helping us make sure that when we make these changes, we're doing it in a safe way. So, but I appreciate your patience on that. And so this is exciting. Season 1, Season of the Malignant.
Yes. It's finally here.
Yes.
I'm waiting to reveal this for a
in 2
long
weeks?
time.
In 2 weeks, and again, like Tim
It's
had
not
mentioned,
technically here for you all, but soon. Soon, very soon.
as Tim had mentioned, we will have a patch on the 18th for Diablo 4 that will contain all the changes that will be coming in with Season 1.
Yep.
If Tiffany Watt were here, who was on our campfire chat before,
Yep.
she categorized our 103 patch as chonky.
Right.
I will categorize, in Tiffany Watt's words,
The technical
as
term, yeah.
super chonky for Season 1. It actually is our largest, or chonkster, as Tim called it. I think we were chonkers. So we're going to pull up the Wikipedia entry and actually go through it, the history of chonkers. But
History of
yeah, it
chonkers.
is very big. So we will have notes up for that. And again, players can prepare for Season 1 by completing the campaign for sure.
Do the campaign,
and making
clear the
sure,
fog of war.
clear fog of war, discover the map, and of course,
Get all your altars.
get all your altars. So lots to come for Diablo 4. And then again, we also have just more improvements that will be in that patch. What class our balance changes to bug fixes to you name it. I can go.
I mean, the devs are shills. What does that mean? They work, of course. I mean, shills isn't really the word. They're promoting their product.
Related activities as well, some end game activities, because I've been hearing some feedback regarding like, hey, it would be great if we can get like maybe better rewards with some of these activities, and so I know some of those changes are coming in that actual update as well.
Gonna be huge.
I know we want to do Q&A.
We do.
Yeah.
And this is a live stream, by the way.
Yeah.
So I know we get sometimes people are like, I don't know if this is live. No, this is totally live. So we're actually going to be bringing in. We're actually going to kick off Rod because we're done with him. No, I'm just kidding. Rod is actually just
I'm actually going to go and annoy you from the side.
I know. It's the worst. Rod's going to jump over here. We're actually going to bring back in Chris and Ryan from the Immortal team. Who will be jumping in here.
I think you're supposed to open that chair. I didn't do my job.
I
didn't do my job.
Rod had one job and failed to do it.
I failed to open the chair.
So we're going to bring these guys in. I know we have questions queued up from different people in Twitch chat. So if you guys have questions, of course, feel free to drop in questions and
This is
everything.
not quite in. You need to switch clearly.
Oh, I need to scooch too
Scooch a
because I
little
think
bit over.
Yeah, I think we scooch a little bit more.
Live television.
we're scooching live.
And we're scooching, live scooching, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
here's the problem. We also the
Like all
production
kinds of
team hates
cables
me.
beneath us.
I want to give a shout out to our production group behind here because I literally go like, oh, we're only gonna have like 2 people, and then we continue to add people, and then Rod wanted to be in it yesterday. So now suddenly we're up to like 20 people, and this room can't hold this many people. So I apologize. They are angels, and they deal with me. But we do have some questions, and I will be kind of going back and forth in between both of them. But we do. Oh, perfect. We do have some questions up here. Someone's also calling me, which is awful at this time.
Respecting
Quick question:
characters?
any updates around? This is for D4 specifically. Any updates around respecting characters?
Yeah, so right now I think that there's a few different concerns we're hearing from the community. There's the general cost of respecting characters, and then there is at various stages of the game. And then there is the actual experience of respecting a character, particularly when you're deeper into the Paragon system. Like that takes a lot of effort. So we have longer-term plans on the user experience side, like on the menu side. Things we want to do to improve the flow of allowing players to respect their characters. These are things we're actively investigating. We have designs for things we're looking to add into seasons in the future, but we don't have a date that we're committing to today for that. And in terms of the actual price of that, we're evaluating things on like the gold economy, and we're taking a look at like what players are doing on a regular basis. We're not making any fundamental structural changes to today at this time, but we are, because we're satisfied with where things feel like in the 150. One thing we will be adding though is as part of seasons, there is now a new reward that you can collect as you're going through the season journey at the end of each season, called the Scroll of Amnesia. Which, and once you collect a Scroll of Amnesia, you can use that one time to basically reset the entirety of a character all in one go for no gold cost at all. So these are going to be like pretty fun things to bring back with you to the Eternal Realm if you want to use for future playthroughs or for that character or another character. So we want to make sure that we're like slowly adding a few of these as the players.
So it's a D2 respec.
Kind of make that a little bit easier for players to go through.
And that Scroll of Amnesia is everything. It's all your skills, all your Paragon, everything goes to 0.
Yeah.
Awesome. For Immortal, we have a question from, I'm reading everyone's names, 8 Miles West. How much will the Blood Knight
Immortal
cost?
question,
I
yeah,
know we
right.
covered this early on, but if you guys want to reiterate.
The Blood Knight will cost nothing. The Blood Knight is free.
It's free. So if you're a new Immortal player, or
Blood Knight's
you're
free.
a existing Immortal player, you can literally jump in, start playing the
We'll
Blood
get the cow
Knight,
level as soon as we find
on
it, Hugo.
day 1,
As soon as we find
which
it.
is on July 13th. So, and of course, you can play through the campaign, and we had mentioned that it has essentially custom VO and everything associated with it.
That's right.
For D4, I should be more prepared with these.
That's usually that's a
usually-
safe statement all the time. Is you should be more
We have
prepared.
Rod judging me off screen right here, and I'm just like, awesome.
Perfect.
Little side story real quick. So we have a thing in design called design armor, where like as you're about to like talk about an idea with someone, you're like, this might be a really bad idea, but and that's you putting up your shield saying, this is my design armor. Saying, I know that this might be really, really bad, but we're talking about it anyway. So yes, I should probably be more prepared, but here we go. That's your design armor.
Question from Fig Larna.
You committed to saying the names.
I know I did.
We don't want anyone to suggest that these are not gold questions.
Yeah, from Fig Larna. Will seasonal mechanics be added to the Eternal Realm after the season ends? I think that's something we didn't actually clarify very well.
That is a great question that actually gets asked internally as well a lot. Like, hey, this is awesome. Are we going to keep it around forever? Initially, no. Like, initially, the version of the Malignant mechanics that you're seeing are not planned to show up in the Eternal Realm. However, we are reserving the right as developers that if we see something cool and we think, wow, this is just fantastic, this should just be part of the game, that we will just make it part of the game. So it is absolutely an option. Some mechanics you might see in future seasons might be that way right away. We might be planning that, hey, this will show up in Eternal Realm right away. Others will evaluate them as we play them and then see if this is working really well. This is something that we want to integrate with the Eternal version of the game.
Yeah, I want to stay on this just 1 second longer. That's not to suggest that we're not going to be, as part of the seasons, intentionally using those update opportunities to create content for the base game, like stuff that will persist beyond the end of the season. But we really do want to hone in on the idea that we're like, Malignant Hearts are very powerful, as we talked about before. They're really, really cool. They're very exciting. We can't add something exciting like that every season if it's expected to all last, because the game's going to be a complete mess. Right. So we're not going to do that. What we would end up needing to do.
No tough questions,
is all those things
Ben.
would be extremely incremental in terms of what they offered to the players over the course of time. And it would make the game extraordinarily dense in terms of what the players expected to do on a regular basis.
And to understand.
We know that there's opportunities to extend things like add more endgame features. We know that there's more content that we want to add to the game in general that like everybody's going to need forever, and we're going to be looking at those opportunities as we go. But things like Malignant Hearts, we don't want to have something of that size in Season 1, then add something of similar size in Season 2, and then Season 3 and Season 4, because the game's going to get very...
No, Michael, the season's free to do. The only thing you got to pay for is cosmetics. 100%.
What worked really, really well with Malignant Hearts and what stuff we could maybe have improved upon, we get to take all those ideas forward.
It's also part of the cool factor of the season is that when you're going in, these Malignant Hearts, it's there for the season. So even, let's take a player that, let's say, doesn't like to play alts except of the same class.
Michael?
I just love playing Barbarian. And, you know, I have 3 different Barbarians already on Eternal because it's the perfect class.
If you're a big rogue player and all you play is rogues and all you do is build rogues.
There might be a lot of those too. But let's say a Barbarian, that's my hypothetical, I'm sticking with it. So I'm a Barbarian lover and I've made all these Barbarians.
Super quick, that's a great point. Yeah, there's more stuff to fill up your stash with, these new things.
Radically new builds
and
that are completely different
powers
from Barbarians you played in the past. Your end game is going to be very different. So that excitement goes away if we just say like, oh, all of these powers just exist in the game forever. The whole idea is that no, every season is a fresh new experience that gives you builds that did not exist previously. So the idea is some of that stuff is always designed to go away.
Yeah. So Joe, I mean, one of the things...
This is Rod off camera speaking.
Rod off camera. Hey, voice of it.
Joe,
yes.
Maybe speak to the fact that
Everybody starts at the same place of the season is one of the benefits, so that people aren't like a year behind when they go to play Season 4.
Yeah, that's an important part of this as well. One of the reasons we really like the idea of letting players start back fresh and have like an economy reset, players really jumping back in the experience at level 1 with characters, is it allows us to focus on making sure the entirety of that journey is really engaging and exciting for players to go through. And we want to make sure, like by the end of the first session, for example, like you're getting exposed to like the new features and content available that we're introducing in that season. That everything feels like it's balanced in such a way that players can really enjoy the new things that we're adding and the way that they're kind of intelligently mixed with the rest of the features in the game itself. So that we think that experience is part of what makes a Diablo game anyways, like making a new character, getting those item drops, like building up towards the end. With regards to like the way that we decided to conduct our efforts in seasons for Diablo 4, we think this is a really, really like the prime example of the way that we can make this work.
But I wanted to hit on the point, the fact that if somebody buys the game,
He's out second.
They're not like fundamentally behind.
Yeah, if somebody, look, I'm gonna mess with the camera people. Can you?
Yeah.
You can't even do it, can you? You can't even get there. All we can do is I can just have my talking stuff. Oh, hey, what's going on? The notion of the thing that we're talking about is that we want, again, the game is a live service. The game's gonna live for years. We want somebody who buys the game a year from now to not feel like they're a year behind when it comes to. So one of the benefits of seasons is, in Season 4. On day 1, you and I are both level 1. I bought it that day. You have owned the game for a year. We're in the same place. We can play together and have fun together. And so as opposed to everybody from this moment on is now falling behind, seasons allows us to have that fresh start for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's actually, I couldn't put it better myself. That serves as a really, really good opportunity for us to make sure the players have a starting point together when you want to come in a little bit later into the game experience. If you've taken a season or 2 off because something else came out, we want to make sure that it feels like, whenever you... The most important thing for us in seasons, like kind of going off script in a different way now, is that like when you're playing seasons and you're playing Diablo 4, you're having a great time. And when you've reached all the goals and done the things that you think are really, really important, and you want to go like take a break to go play something else for a little while,
Yeah, I can't find where it says that about
that's
uniques
fine.
in the
We do the
aspects.
same thing.
You don't
All
fall
right?
behind,
But
yeah.
when a season rolls and there's new things for you to come check out, that's a great time to come back. Particularly if you had a good time playing before. That's exactly when you should come back and check out Diablo 4 fresh.
Okay, I'm out. Sorry.
I'll be honest. When the next WoW expansion comes out, there's a non-zero chance that I'm going to play WoW for a while. But it's great to know there's a
Yeah,
point.
they're just trying to answer the questions as much as possible to make sure that there's no confusion, you know, that people get all outraged.
Free Alan, and didn't specify the D4 or DI, so I'm actually going to ask both because I think this is relevant to both. Also,
Why do you have a new mic?
I actually don't know. But yeah, 2 mics, guys. I'm very
Adam. I'm too like Adam.
you have me in stereo.
Adam.
Can you say which cosmetics will be transferring between characters? So for instance, like for Diablo Immortal, we'll ask this specifically for Diablo Immortal, and then we'll talk about Diablo 4. But in regards to transferring cosmetics, like if you ended up buying a cosmetic in Diablo Immortal, does that actually also appear in the Blood Knight?
Gotcha, I see it now.
So cosmetics purchased prior to the Blood Knight's release will not be retroactive. However, the sorry, what was the Mother's Lament set?
Hatred's Heritage.
Hatred's Heritage will be available for the Blood Knight.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So going forward, there will be now new cosmetics available for the Blood Knight, just as they are for all the other classes in Immortal. And then I guess for D4, will cosmetics be transferring to seasons, and will they need to be reobtained? I know this was like
important, but
from people in regards
see,
to
I think the battle pass is $20. I'm not 100% sure though.
specific stuff, how
What leader?
work between characters from Eternal and Seasonal realms.
Yeah, I believe that's all transferring over with you when you go into the new season. And obviously, every cosmetic set that you're via the store and via the battle pass, that stuff also is going to be carrying over with you.
Yes. If you ever unlock anything, your whole account has access to it forever. Is the
good to know.
functionality.
Nice.
All trans mods, you have
That means it's
forever, ever.
Let's see. This is from Kincho Kimo. This is Nightmare teleport was great, but why can't we just teleport right into dungeons rather than just to the entrance? So this one I think is interesting because Nightmare, we obviously incorporated the teleport here in 103. It was another thing that we had talked about where it was community feedback that we had gotten, and the team jumped on it really quickly to implement it in a specific way. We have been seeing a lot of feedback in regards to players having to teleport outside of dungeons and kind of go through like a couple load screens. It was a quick, implementation from the team and everything. So I know it's something that we've been hearing from our side, and it's something that we're going to be looking at more here in the future for optimizing and making sure that we can implement and maybe in a better way from some of the features that we've been just kind of adding in really quickly. On Immortal, we have. Was there some sort of Castlevania inspiration?
Well, let's turn it down during the Immortal thing. Was there any quality of life updates?
Some popular characters from that franchise.
Not really. Not really. Just mainly the season 1 stuff.
Vampire-ish people, but not vampires.
I think we discovered Adam's kink, by the way.
We can turn off Rod's mic now, so that's all we need to do. But yeah, was there any inspiration kind of thrown with the Blood Knight?
I think, when you're
So for where this is at, I had a tough time finding it too. Let me go back real quick. You just go to the main Diablo 4 page where it says all this stuff, and then you don't click on anything at first. Just scroll down past where it says gameplay launch trailer, and then it'll say season 1 Malignant start July 20th, and click learn more. And then just scroll down a little bit, and you'll find season features, and it'll be stuff saying right there. And then there's pretty much all the stuff they're saying in this particular live stream.
grotesque blood, shadow, nightly
We're still
weapons
talking about Immortal,
oriented,
so I
and
thought
so
I
there
could
were
turn it
things
down
like
without a
turning
problem.
into mist, like turning into wolves, etc., that we immediately said, hey, these need to be off the table. And so in that regard, I think there's a lot of familiar that we're channeling, but there's also like a very dialed in identity for the class.
Awesome.
Everybody knows that it's necromancers that turn into mist.
I guess that is true. They did clarify everything you have to bring with you when the season starts.
We have, will you guys be nerfing or buffing in the middle of seasons, or will you be making changes after the season starts?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So, when
Oh,
we
this
think-
is from Goddick, by the way. So there you go.
Okay,
I just
so
wanted
it's
to.
a real person. So yes, this is a good question. So we made a number of adjustments during the preseason period to make sure that we're bringing some builds back into where we expect them to be functionally and performance-wise. When we go into the seasonal release, we do want to create structured moments in time that we're going to be talking about, I think, more in future streams when we expect like buffs and nerfs to happen. So we have like a regular set of like patches that are going to be occurring after the season is released, where we have like a better schedule like in cadence when we're talking about these things. We really want to try to reserve like big nerfs and big buffs for only like extreme outlier cases, and things were like really damaging the end game experience for a number of players. So we want to try to keep that more constrained, and we also want to have just fewer general like off cycle balance updates and things. So we're kind of keeping things more into this weekly cadence like we talked about.
Yeah, things will be pretty stable throughout the course of the season, unless, if one of the Malignant powers, I know I joked about them being broken, but if the zone lights on fire when you use a Malignant power, we're going to patch that. But otherwise, we're going to try and keep things stable.
I don't know, I just like that guy.
I know we're running close on time because we were planning on this stream to be 90 minutes, and we were 1 minute away. So I'm going to lightning off a few questions. A big question within chat is obviously about stash space, which is something that we kind of just talked about a little bit earlier.
I'll say it real quickly though,
Yeah.
like we definitely hear everybody about this. We are talking a lot about what we need to do with this. We've got good plans of things we can do to improve the situation. I know it's frustrating to hear me say like, what you were able to do this, like you could be able to do like nightmare dungeons this quickly, but like the reality is like we are moving really quickly on this, and we're gonna be trying to provide more space in the future. We're figuring out how like we're gonna get that accomplished.
Yeah, and also one thing
CJ?
to note is I know we talked about during campfire chats about how gems and so forth were going to be part of materials in the future. So I know when that hits, like that will obviously free up a lot of stash
Yeah, there's
space
lots
for
of different ways
users
to kind of
and
like
stuff
slice away at this problem. And that's like an example of what we're trying to do to start trying to mitigate this a bit.
And then Jim, the Q guy, asked how much time between seasons. He still wants to level up his main. So in between seasons, obviously, we had talked about seasons lasting 3 months.
It's a minimum of 12 weeks. Sometimes it might be a little longer, but you'll always
Correct.
have at least 12 weeks to complete your season.
Correct. Yeah. So you guys will hear
based on the calendar dates, right? But
so you guys will hear like no matter what within or like once we hit that 3 month period, you'll start to hear news about the next season actually hitting and everything like that. And then this one, I guess for Rod, are there any plans on new classes coming to Diablo 4? We've just heard about the Blood Knight, so they're
We have nothing to announce at this time.
Oh, wow, that was very strange.
Yeah, Rod sitting off camera can answer that perfectly. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it here for today. Obviously, we talked a lot about all the stuff with Diablo Immortal for the Blood Knight coming out on July 13th. We also have for Diablo 4 Season 1, Season of the Malignant, which is going to be the patch will be on July 18th, and then the actual season starts on July 20th. We do actually have 2 blogs, one on DiabloImmortal.com and one on Diablo4.com. They'll be going live either right now.
No, they've been taking questions for like 20 minutes at least, probably. But yeah, there was only like 8 questions the whole time though, right?
And yeah, lots of stuff coming up here.
Probably only like 4 and 4 for Immortal and D4.
I forgot. That's what I have to do immediately after this stream. I was trying to get out of it, guys. But we will have a patch. We'll have patch notes up on Diablo4.com. We have a patch article that will actually note, and we'll be updating people when that patch does hit. It is a client patch. It will require a download. It will be on all platforms. And yeah, lots of Diablo stuff coming up here in the next few weeks. Really excited. Happy Diablo family.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff coming up. I know we will be rating 2 Diablo content creators immediately after this stream. One on Twitch, which is Barricade, and the other one on YouTube, which is Killswitch. So make sure to tune into those
Barricade
guys.
got lucky, though.
And thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning
Congrats,
in to the Diablo developer
I put in
update
for
live
it. I
stream.
didn't get it.
And from everyone
Only
here
4 people on
the
YouTube put in
Diablo
for it. I didn't
team,
get picked, so.
we hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Unfortunately. All right, let's see if did that work? Yeah, it worked. There we go. So, for this patch right here, for the season. So, how do I feel about it? How does Sweet feel? That's what everyone's here for. That's what everybody cares about. Let me fire up some tunes here. It's too quiet. Listen to myself think. So N&M, give me my boy here. Oh, it's gonna be real loud. I forget where it's at, but what do I think about it? Let me think for a second. I don't want to be too rash. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's all right. I'm not. It's one of those things. I wasn't sure what to necessarily think. Right? I don't know what I was necessarily expecting. I wasn't really. In a way, I wasn't really expecting anything super crazy. I wasn't expecting 2 new characters and completely to rework the itemization in the game and stuff like that. I mean, man, the stash is a little disappointing. So we're getting some new, and like someone joked about, they're like, yeah, more stuff we got to stick in the stash, so we're gonna have even less room. It's like, yeah, that is accurate, huh? Oh, Reaper's son, thank you so much, my dude, for a $5 super chat. Ugh. Thank you so much, my man. Ugh. We got a new patch later. I guess a lot of people said mid. I mean, I would give the season 1 about the same thing I give Diablo 4, right? Like a 6 or a 7, right? So not bad. Like, it's not like a 3. It's got... All right.
The Reaper's son donated $5 through Super Chat. Thanks for the stream today, Phil. Ma M-A-N-N-N-N-N.
How does it not know that says my man? My man. Thank you so much, my dude. But yeah, excited. I would say how excited I am. I would say I'm not like super excited, but I'm not like disappointed either. Right? Mid. I guess mid's the best way to describe it, right? Scale of 1 to 83. How would you rank? Yeah, boy, I don't know. 1 to 83, huh? Men, N. Right. Interesting. I wasn't sure exactly how it would work, but interesting that the stuff in the seasons will probably, it sounds like a majority of it. They said they could transfer it over to the full game, but it sounds like most likely most of it will not, unless it's some over the top, like something that everybody loves super. So all the season stuff will just be for that season and it'll go away, I guess. So that's interesting. Michael says campaign score is higher than the late game, you say. Okay. I mean, at this point it'd have to, I suppose, but what do I think the best is for me in this season? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure on how were those malignants or whatever. Is that just nightmare? Is that going to be in regular dungeons and nightmare dungeons? Are you going to be able to pick? I was a little bit, I might have to go back and watch that again, to be honest. Case races. You don't have to think about it. Okay, maybe I'll hit this dude real quick while we're talking about it a little bit here. I'll stream a little bit longer. Is today patch notes out? I don't believe they are. I don't believe they're out yet. I guess I have some whispers I didn't know I had, so we'll go hit that. Yeah, it's definitely not only Nightmare, so... Oh, he was level 9. I guess I did see that now that you mention it. I noticed he was in World Tier 2, so I knew it wasn't just Nightmare, but like, is it only in regular dungeons is kind of what I meant to say. Because they didn't show it in Nightmare dungeons, but you would have to think it would be in Nightmare dungeons, right? So, I guess it's kind of just like another event that happens is what I kind of take it as. I might have to go back and watch that part again, to be honest, or something along those lines. What do we need on here? I don't know. Let's see. I think I still have just regular legendaries in a couple spots. Maybe we'll grab some rings, huh? Oh, there are no rings. Let's go one-handed. So I did say I wanted a one-handed, so got a new Paragon. I was gonna hang on to this stuff until I got super high level and open it and hopefully get something good, but we'll just do this right now, see what I get. Sacred Axe, that's what I'm talking about. What's the axe looking like? It is one-handed though, so I gotta remember. Shred seeks out poison stuff. It's a high aspect, but critical, vulnerable, all stats, and then basic skill damage. I mean, it's pretty good, I think. If I throw this on in a totem. It's not even that much more damage for what I had, and I wanted to get the cooldown reduction from this stuff too, so I'll work on doing that a little bit later, actually. Brad said he kind of looks like that Druid. Oh. It's the Fred look, huh? The power lifter look. It's so funny. I see everybody has their Druid shirtless too. That's what cracks me up. That's what cracks me up. I got him barefoot too. That's my new drip, right? YouTube hot take vids incoming. Gotta get those clicks, right? It's YouTube. Frazier said that the socketed thing they're coming with season 1 is just the same as the D3 glyphs, you say? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play D3 really, so let's go back to the rogue real quick here. The end game's gonna be the same. It kind of sounds like it, yeah. Kind of sounds like it. I guess so. There's no, I mean, there's the seasonal quest line, but there's nothing end game wise changed, which I guess now that I think about that, it's a little surprising. Yeah, actually, the more I think about that, the more surprised I am about that. Sure, increase attack speed. Why not? Demon's Wake. I like it. Let's just go hit that real quick while we're chit-chatting a little bit. They didn't talk about World Tier 5. No, nothing said about that, so there must be no World Tier 5 coming. That's for the first expansion. They just put part of it in the game already. They randomly Duplex says from his understanding they randomly can kind of spawn anywhere, but these certain tunnels they're all like that. Okay. And how do you think, let's see, I must have see some of this I just missed. I wonder where or what the tunnels are. Like I don't know, I just kind of missed a couple things. I was trying to listen, but sometimes the way that they talk is you know, tough to really, you know what I'm saying. They do their best to try to explain as good as they can, but sometimes in your head it just doesn't necessarily come out exactly the way you mean it to, right? Did the new season start yet? No. Will they do a PTR? I don't think so. I don't think there's any PTR or anything like that. Boy, this dungeon must be on the bad list. Yeah, it was just kind of interesting to me that the regular season stuff will never come to like the Eternal Realm. And I get why they aren't doing that with it. Yeah, you don't want just infinite mechanics in the game, you know? And that would also mean that after season 1's over, like, you're not playing, you know, you're not getting these things again, right? Unless they said, you know, they reserve the right to, if something's super cool and they want to add it to the game, they will. But yeah, I get you don't want too much bloat and stuff like that, so I kind of get it. Yeah, just thinking, yeah, it's I get it, and it's also kind of disappointing, but I get it. So the best news for the new season, the best news. I don't know. When people said it was kind of like mid, the more I stop and think about it, I almost need to look at my notes real quick here again. What? I mean, the best news is kind of some stuff we already knew, that, I mean, all the renown and stuff is going to come with you over to the season, so you don't have to worry about grinding altars. You're going to have the whole map revealed and stuff like that. I mean, on top of that too, actually, even not talking about the season, all of your all the map and stuff will come over to even your eternal characters as well. So I mean, that's kind of good, I guess. The Blood Knight, the Diablo Immortal Blood Knight's the best one. Man, all these monsters make some really weird sound when you kill them. Oh, I just got a bunch of lag. The patch is dropping! I just got migrated or something, huh? Uh-oh. Wowzers. Catching some lag, fellas. Don't worry about that. An abstract sigil. Okay. Sad when even Phil didn't have much to say. Yeah, well, I mean, still stuff I could say. Well, let me look at my notes real quick. They're updating it so that the regular, the Helltide chests can drop uniques. I think only the mystery ones could drop it before, possibly. That's good. They were looking at making it so you could lock items instead of marking everything to sell. So there you go. There's a few new legendaries and uniques in the season. See, look, all this stuff. I just couldn't think of it. I'm just not smart enough, fellas. Lag spikes the new class ability. Yeah, so there's a new like boost system you get from like the season battle pass, the free season battle pass. So you'll get, you know, your potions can last longer, you'll get more experience, things like that. Yeah. Oh, there's actually a huge one that no one really talked about. You're going to be able to find a scroll of amnesia. So instead of having to go through and take out each individual paragon point, take this stuff out, do blah blah blah, you'll get this scroll that you can find like later game at some point. They didn't say exactly when, but later game. And yeah, that's how you can full respec later. So they're adding in that, I suppose. That's exciting, right? So if you're like, you know, I'm switching up this whirlwind barb, I want to go do this other build. Boom. You got it, right? Boy, am I finding this like a ton of... Okay. Yeah, I'll never be able to use it on my Druid, literally ever. Wow. Shadow Imbue, let's see, it's got the Poison Imbue. 796. If I ever do switch to Poison, I mean, Life on Kill, but Life on Kill doesn't help you when you're poison against singular bosses, so never mind. Trap cooldown, don't care. Nope, can't freeze me. I got that Raven Frost on, son. They don't put an order axe in the game? Oh, and you mean to say ogre axe, I'm guessing. Right. Right. That's funny. They better put an ogre axe in. You'd rather a button to respec and pay? Well. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, I suppose. At least this way, like, anyone could respec if they want to. There's no gold well, I mean, you gotta find it, I guess, so. It could be limited in the same way, actually. Because if you can't find it until you're, like, level 90, like, what you gonna do, right? Or you can only find it in tier 50 plus dungeons or something. Who knows? They didn't really say exactly when. I don't believe. These three schmucks hiding over here. Almost missed them. $1 million for a full respec. Yeah, I mean, that's like nothing, right? I mean, in this game, 1 million gold is that's one nightmare dungeon of running around picking up all the items, so. Monsters getting a little stronger in these. What are we in, a 40? 39? Oop. I need to start getting some more upgrades, huh? Movement speed elites. No. Damage reduction from enemies that are poisoned. I wonder how that works. Well, I know how it works, but I mean, like, you think about it realistically, like if someone's poisoned, they'll do less damage to you. That'll make no sense. Oop. Nope, not stick. Oh man, now I gotta still. Dang it. Really wish I didn't click on that. I accidentally started some event that I have to kill all the monsters at, apparently. Gosh, I wasn't going to click on that either. In the last second, I was like, I'll just click it and get the little bit of health back. Such nonsense. Just the right amount of nuisance, 1 million gold. Yeah, I mean, that really isn't much of a nuisance, really, 1 million gold. Wait, I've only slain 2 waves? What's going on here? I need to pay a little more attention. 3 waves. Oh, I better hurry up. Uh-oh. Not gonna do it. I wasn't paying attention enough. Oh, I got it just in time. See that? See that? Love it. Maybe 1 million would be easier. Yeah, I mean, 1 million probably would be easier. I wouldn't think that, you know, I mean, 1 million gold. I assumed it would be more than 1 mil gold for a respec, personally. Just my guess, though, if they did pick an amount like that, yeah, so. Max energy, shadow resistance, no. Sega Saturn, nice. Said he stopped clicking on anything in the dungeons because he doesn't want the stuff to pop up. Yeah, especially if it's a clear all dungeon, right? Clear all dungeons, the worst. Because you really got to pay attention. Can't miss like this one guy standing over here. Oops. Connolly says right now, he said it's about 6 million cost to respec everything, so yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, if it was just 6 million, click a button, that in my opinion, I was gonna say 5, but yeah, 6 million, click a button. Yeah, that's, I mean, I haven't fully respec yet, so I guess I didn't realize that, but yeah, that sounds cool to me. Okay, what's going on here? Who's resurrecting these people? Okay. That was the last one. Okay, well, there you go. No. I don't use a bow. Garbage, of course. These are... I have, like, almost perfect gloves. I pretty much just need to look at the glove item power. Like, if it's not over... Like, if it's not, like, 800 or more, I pretty much don't need it. Nasty gloves. I do want to get... Thinking about this armor. Upgrading it. I use imbuement damage, shadow damage for my shadow skill. That's not really the best use of an armor, though. You know what? I'm just going to scrap that armor. I'm just forget about it. Forget about it. Oh, I wanted to take that, just in case I ever want to use that aspect. Huh, CJ said it costs right now $2 million to redo his Paragon board. Interesting, okay. I mean, if you think it needs to hurt, like, pretty much you're saying it, you feel like you need to feel the cost of it, not just like, oh, here's 100,000 gold, full respect. Yeah. Boy, I gotta get down to that one. Gotta have those, but that's fine. Maybe we'll hit a one or two or a couple more or something here. Let's see. Gold find. Let's go. Increase critical strike damage. Don't know Sunken Ruins, but we're hitting 40, so that's cool. Brain Fodder said he went broke on gold twice already. The only I went like broke is for some reason there's certain items or like you know, you'll click like reroll to a different stat and you'll get like run walk speed and you'll get you know, like, I don't know, damage against injured enemies, and you'll reroll it and you'll get the same thing again, the same two. You'll reroll it, you'll get the same thing again. You'll reroll it, get the exact same two things again. And you're like, I lost like 25 million gold doing that. I was like, there's no way I can keep getting the same thing over and over again. And it just kept same over and over, the same two, the same two, the same two. And I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, that happened to me several times. Pretty much any time I didn't... Another time it happened, I only re-rolled until it cost like 5 million a roll, and or not even that much. It was like 1.5 million a roll, and I was like, all right, I'm done, because I just got 5 in a row. You know, it goes up 100,000, 250, 500, you know, 800, you know, and I kept doing that, and it happened to me like 3 or 4 other times too, and I just keep getting the same thing over and over again. So I just... If I get to 1 million or like over 1 million and I've gotten the same stuff multiple times, I just stop now, obviously. And it happens all the time. All the time. Or even if it's not the same thing, it'll be like 3 things. You know, it'll be, you know, damage reduced against poison enemies and, you know, run walk speed when you kill an elite and lightning res. And it'll just cycle through like those 3 things over and over again. Like, it doesn't even give you a different resistance. It just keeps giving the same ones. God, these tubby guys, I hate them. I hate them. I should have... I didn't hop to town, did I? I think I forgot. Ba-boom. Let me check this stuff real quick and head to town. Garbage, not gonna use it. Dexterity, imbued skill. No. CJ says some stuff like main stats more likely to roll up. Fred, you say you never re-rolled anything? Huh, how about that? That's how you find the good stuff. Pretty much every item I have, I've re-rolled something. Like, I re-rolled one of the things on that. That way you find an item with 3 things on it, you re-roll the 4th one. Re-rolled on that, re-rolled on this. I need to get a new weapon over here. That's straight trash, but re-rolled, 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 re-rolled. Yeah, every single legendary I have that, you know, I re-rolled a rare and I imprinted on it. It's like, let me just go sell this stuff. Tried to re-roll ice shards, you say? Huge mistake. Yeah, because you probably kept getting the same thing over and over again, right? I find that, so you notice how this is increased attack speed on my gloves? You get increased attack speed on gloves all the time. Just all the time. 38 mil gold. How much are we going to get? 39, so a mil gold just right there. Increased attack speed on gloves all the time. Boom, boom, boom. Difficult time finding a useful Ammy. Yeah, sometimes you just have that one, I guess, huh? Because I forget what it is, but oh, I have a ring. I have a ring that's still a sacred that I'm using because I can't find anything with like 3 of the right stats on it, you know, so I can re-roll the other one. I got this sacred ring that's got crit, vulnerable damage, crit damage, crit percentage, vulnerable damage, lucky hit, and it's like I can't find any better. Oops, not the right button. This one right here. Max life, vulnerable damage, crit strike chance, and lucky hit. I mean, I can't find any better, so. Can't pick up 2 wheels. I'm back for you. Can't wait for this to be a fake chest. Oh, it's not, it's real. What? That's weird. Helltide crates. Yeah, I kind of need to keep track of that. I haven't really been doing a lot of Helltides lately because I've just been hitting dungeons over and over. So there's one right now I could go and be doing, huh? How much is left on that? 29 minutes. Yeah, maybe I could go do that, huh? After this dungeon, I'll go do that. I could go get a mystery chest real quick. Oop. Come on. Angler, I do need a new sword too. My sword is lacking. I just got the highest damage sword and I keep forgetting about it, to be honest. Kind of, sorta. I've been looking, but I just don't ever get nothing. I mean, this one's got vulnerable. Dexterity's good, but I mean, all stat, I guess, is good too. It's lower on the damage, so even if I upgrade it. No earring slot? Real bummer, right? Yeah. What are you, schmucks? $29 minutes enough for the mystery chest? Yeah, I'll have to pull up that. Pull up the website, tell you where they're at, huh? But it's going to be more like 20 minutes by the time I get done. I can hit one, though. We can hit one, though. Come on, Tubby. Oh, I was gonna click it, but oh, I knew it was fake. Come on, go away. There's a ring. Is it gonna be it? Crit damage, and that's it. Wow, a lot of monsters all of a sudden around here. I mean, it's cool. Just a heck of a lot. Dexterity core skill, distant enemies, not very helpful. Hop to town. You got space in your clan? Yeah, there might be like 5 or 10 spots left, to be honest. So we'll have to, if there's any room. Getting pretty full. There are some join requests too, huh? All from the last few days. Yeah, there's 4 spots, so that's one thing I wish you could come in here and see, like, activity, you know, like if someone hasn't played in 2 weeks, like, you know, there's no way to really tell, huh? Almost half the clan is online right now, too. How about that? How'd they make the clan feature worse than D3? Yeah, I don't know, right? Legion event. Nah. Plenty of room left, says Fred. Yeah, plenty of room. Sell. Yeah, put a sell. No, I'm not gonna sell spots. Funny joke. Hee ha. Where's the one where you just slay stuff? Yeah, 25 scorpions. There you go. Those are the ones. If I'm out there, I might as well go to slay. I come across an event. I'm not like necessarily an event farmer. I mean, but like I said, if you come across an event, one right here, why not, huh? Oh, it's getting the getting those things for whatever quest that is anyways. I knew there had to be one somewhere. Yeah, Legendary Slayers is the name of the clan. Uh-oh, big dog. This guy coming in for the perfect timing. Let's go. Hey. Where'd he go? Guess I beat him, huh? Okay. Conduit Shrine, here we go. Okay, got enough of those. We gotta deposit somewhere after we kill the scorpions. keep track of the... Oh, the Helltide's got 40 minutes left. I must look at the wrong thing. 40 minutes, that's a lot of time. I hate doing those ones where you gotta kill that one monster. You can never find them. The bounty events, I guess I don't remember which ones those are. The events where you gotta get the bounties? We got 14, get a couple more. Here's some scorpions. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like just, oop, this way. I like the ones where you just go around and kill a bunch of stuff. Don't have to think about it too much. Kind of doesn't matter where you go. A few more. We're at 92. I didn't look up where the things are at yet. We got tons of time though. I can just get them and I can get the cinders and then look it up. I'll get this one for the tree. I'll get one more scorpion. Go deposit the stuff in the orifice, if you know what I mean. And yeah. Oopsie. Oh, what's this guy? Gotta take this one out, huh? Frozen! That was a super easy one. Oh, Tempest Shadow becomes what? Unexpected? Giga Chad Slayer? My man! Ooh. Thank you so much, my dude! My dude. Thank you so much for coming to Giga Chad. Supporting the channel, supporting the stream, all that good stuff. Thank you so much, my man. We got that taken care of. We got to go deposit. Well, actually, I got the Animus, and now I think that actually gets 3. Whatchamacallit. So where do we put this at? We got to shove it right in here. Okay. I don't know if this is faster or not to go this way, but yeah. Once again, thank you so much, Tempest, Fizzle Pop Shadows. After a few months following, finally time. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it a bunch, dude. What are you doing here? Just in town hanging out? Wait a second. What are you doing here? All right, well, can't do nothing about it. We'll come back for you. Some handy champions here. They always drop some good cinders, right? Not bad cinders, good ones. The events where you got to kill a specific guy you're talking about? Oh, I hate those ones, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why, but I always end up having a hard time finding them. Like, I'll click the thing and I'll wait and I'll wait. Like the ones right here, for example, I think. Right? Couldn't make it. There are like a million monsters around here too now, huh? Which is fine. Come on. Ugh. Another reason I hate him. Takes 6 years to clear out the area to be able to open it up. Made it. Oh, there's 4 rituals. Never mind. Dummy me. I thought that was the other one where you just do the thing and then he pops up. Nope, you're taking too long. I just need to get over to here and then we can... Almost got enough for the mystery chest. deposited. So now that's done. I'm not going to worry about those guys. Did we confirm the time for the Helltide update? I think that's going to be in the same patch. I can't tell you exactly for sure, I suppose, but the same patch on the 18th, just before the season launches. Actually, let me, so I can see what's going on here. I got to pull up the website. There's the events. Where am I at? Oh, there's the right here and here. I'm right by him. Only need a couple more. Head up to this one. Well, let's go get one more and now, yeah, bam, there we go. Run, 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 run. What do I think about the eviscerating chests they will add? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear nothing about eviscerating chests. All I heard was about them upgrading the Helltide normal chests, and oh, I just leveled up from the Helltide chest. Nice. Nope, no Shaco. That's unfortunate. No Shaco. Boy, too much gear in here. Nope. 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 Nope, nope. Gotta look around at all this stuff. Perfect roll on that one, but I mean, does that really matter? Smoke grenade stun. I mean, I don't know. Sell that, I guess. I don't want to deal with it. Nope. 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 Cooldown reduction armor. Yeah. Those are both cool, but I guess I have that on the other thing already with a bunch of max life and 4 shadow imbue skills, yeah. I don't think a little bit extra armor is going to really matter that much. Those are all trash. All right, let's just hop back to town and sell this stuff real quick, and then I can probably get another one here. We got tons of time, so. Well, Smuck said he went back and checked the tape again, and the Helltide uniques that can have a chance to drop was in the patch that's supposed to come out today. So take that, you know, for what it is, I suppose. He went back and double checked and said that he had heard that they had said that, so. You didn't complete that, says Wolvie. Yeah, well, the one I was looking at was, I don't know, I did one ritual, and then it was like, go do this other ritual. Oh, you're talking about to deposit the Animus one. I didn't know you had to kill the monsters, too. I don't, I guess I'll go double check it, huh? I don't know if you can go back and take them out, if they're gone or not. That'd be unfortunate. Oh, well. Nick. Pretty sure it's gone. Yeah, I didn't think about that. And now then you said it and I was like, wait a second. No! We'll take out some champions along the way, I guess. Just a few. Hey, he's standing up there shooting down at him. That's not fair. He just stood up there and was shooting down at him, and then he rode down his horse and picked them all up and then went back up again. Pro strat right there, fellas. Oh, I'm stuck in a bush. Alright, you guys get out of here. Why didn't you guys tell me it wasn't the right way? How am I supposed to know? Thanks a lot, chat. Wait, are they still here? Maybe? They're different monsters, I think. Yeah, I failed it. Great. Good job, Phil. Oh, I can deposit it again. There we go. How about that? Where'd that one? Oh, he came over here and died. Good job. Okay, let's pull up this. Where am I at now? Check right there. We'll stop if we come across a elite pack or two, right? Touch it. Well, there's one anyways. But a lot of monsters back here too, so. Maybe not worth it. Good to open helm chest for the Shaco. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that if that really, because I had heard one of the I think it was the grandfather or something that had been found was dropped from a Helltide chest, but it must have been the mystery ones, obviously, because that's the only thing that anyone opens, right? So the mystery ones are like super powered ones. Yeah, drink a potion. Good call. It's been too long since you guys reminded me, so how am I supposed to do that? Just remember myself? I mean, come on. Don't be ridiculous. Get there. Ah, got it. Oopsie. Didn't really mean to go in there. Can you get out of here? Thank you. You guys just keep coming forever or what? Alright, maybe I got it this time. Oh no! Did I really not get that? Son of a biscuit, dude. Get out of the shadow so I can... Oh my gosh. This guy walked up with one left too. Man, these guys killing it. Just the champ left. Easy peasy. One sacred helm. Boom. We're at 190. There was another one up here, I think. Up there more. Go grab that one, and then we should be at the 170, and I'll go grab another chest, and we'll be all good. Roaming the Helltide, tied up in 100. Wait, what? I'm sorry, brain fodder. I don't. That your entire comment doesn't make any sense. Look, was roaming the Helltide and tied up on 100 pull for 2 million, same as usual. I'm sorry. That comment just I can't comprehend it for some reason. Oop. Wait a second. Oh! Guess I should pay attention, huh? When I waltz into an event. Like a mob of like 100 monsters. Took you a couple minutes to take them out. Oh, that makes a little more sense. I guess I just didn't realize what you were speaking about. Yeah, CJ says he doesn't remember on the potion until he's like a couple nightmare dungeons in. Yeah. Same here, minimum. Minimum. First, okay, we just got a few more monsters. Kaboom. Another sacred. Legendary. We're at 144, so I can pretty much just head over. The other one was up here. I didn't check it. It shouldn't have moved, right? No. Uh-oh. Treasure Goblin. Yo! I mean, we got it one ancestral. That's good, right? $100 dropped you 28 cinders. Huh. Seemed like it should be more than that, huh? Well, Wolby's exactly right. Chat's fault. Hey, it's not here. The map says it's here. The map says this map says it's here right now. Oh, no, never mind. There's dots on it. Never mind. I was reading the map. I forgot the map wrong here. We got to go right here. My bad. Oops. Some trash mobs just never drop anything. Yeah, they definitely drop way less for sure. I kind of never pay attention because I zip around so much. I just assume that that I pick it up as I'm flying through, pretty much. Can you click on him? Ooh. 10,000 cultists. Ah. Where's this guy going, you think? Oh, I only got 160. I gotta go get some more. Oopsie. Don't forget Holy Shield, yeah. Good one, Fred. Anything down here? There we go. What? No, you're fine. Never too much light when you got a green screen. Come on. I mean, 5 legendaries is neat. Million potions. Let's hop to over the tree too. Let's grab this stuff. Refresh, yeah. Get your battle orders restacked, right? A boozer. Yeah, no problem, man. Glad you had some entertainment from the stream here. Excellent, excellent. Moving down this way, got to get to that rare node. We'll go ahead and get rings. I don't know if I want to wait to hire. I mean, I'm already level 90. I did get that other one too that I didn't open. Oh, that was on my Druid, I think. I don't remember. I did end up opening it, I think. We'll just open it, see what we get. Ooh. Those could be some upgrades. Let's check this out. No. Garbage. Critical strike with poison abuse skill, a 10% chance for a toxic pool of almost a perfect, pretty close to a perfect roll anyways. Might save that because obviously if I'm going to do the echoing Lilith fight, I'm going to switch to poison, and I think that's one you're going to want, huh? While standing in the pool, your poison imbuement skill has no cooldown. Okay. The Twisted Blades one. I feel like I have several of these now. It is almost anti-perfect as well, so I don't need to keep that. It's like the same as that armor I had before, but shadow damage. Not going to do that either. That is kind of a nice aspect too to have somewhere. I'm pretty sure I got better though. But yeah, because I critical strike like all the time, so it's like gonna be just way faster attacking. I should get that somewhere. Whether I get it, I'm gonna get that off, and I'm gonna have another armor slot here when I decide to stop using this razor plate. So I'll probably get it like here, and it'll get my attack speed a lot higher. 'Cause I won't need that obviously, and I'll have another one there. Maybe I probably have better. Cooldown reduction and shadow imbuement. I already have, and better. You know what? I think I'm gonna hang on to that just in case I don't have a better one. I want to make sure I have at least one of the things that I want for when I get an upgrade. Lucky hit and on a critical strike. Oh yeah, I guess I did overlook that. A lucky hit chance. I forget where this is at. Forget where it is. My apologies for scrolling for 7 years. Gotta be right here, huh? So 23% bonus. And then Twisted Blades is like 40% or something, so yeah, 41 plus 23, 64. I think that's the way that works anyways. 64. I forgot to look. What was it? What was my critical strike chance? Which is probably all the way up at the top, huh? Oh, 32. I mean, it's a goodish chance, right? Goodish chance. All right. Oops, man. I always fly my hand over to hit the I button for inventory, and I go a little bit too far. I do kind of want to keep that in case of. Nah, it's too low. Never mind. Forget about it. Yeah, you're the seller person. Boop. Oh, Racing Roy. Thank you so much for the $2 super sticker, my man. Let's see. Boy, and then I gotta look through all of here to see if I have critical strikes with core skills increases the attack speed. Hadn't played Diablo since the original. Just wanted to say thanks for getting me up to speed in Diablo 2, dude. Your guides on D2R are golden. Appreciate it. Yeah. I think I'm going to be doing some more D2R stuff here in the near future, too. I did a video yesterday, and I think I'm going to be doing some more stuff. Yeah, so I got this one here, a low roll. All right.
Racing Roy donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
Once again, thank you so much, my man. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to look through this right now, and I do need to, I'm going to pull this out here. I need to take a second to look through all this stuff, too, and just decide. I'll probably scrap a lot of it, but just to decide. All these potions in here, too, man. Like, what do you do with all this stuff? Are these going to stack up when I throw them in here? Okay, let's stack these up, and then just grab the ones that I, like, want to take or something. Let me just grab the little stacks, I guess, so I can use them up and get rid of them. They take up less space. They're usually the better ones anyways, like increased critical strike, maximum life, dodge, who cares, I guess, but... So one more, boom. So... Roy said he's been playing Diablo since 2001. Right around when I started playing. It was whenever the expansion came out for D2R, so yeah. But yeah, it's looking at the time here, 4:30. I gotta hop off here. You know, it's gonna be din time. Getting a little hungry. You guys can tell. Look at getting famished over here. I'm wasting away. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me here for the stream, for the announcement for the season 1. Kind of exciting. Just some new stuff coming in. You know, with the I forget what the thing was called now. Malignant or something? Can't remember now. Yeah, the Malignant quest line or whatever. So yeah, thank you guys a lot for joining me. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, fellas. Don't forget, keep slaying.